television screen, licking it like it's ice cream.
Hahn. Oh, the type of music I listen to would make you cry. And Rosenberg.
I expect to be called ball coach.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. It's been like 3 weeks. We've all been together. This is awesome.
Is that how long it's been?
Oh, it's at least.
Anybody remember? Like, actually remember the last time we were all in the same place together?
Well, last week I was gone the whole week. The week before that, Don was gone for sure.
Right, so then you got to go back to the week
sometime
before that.
the week before that.
Probably like 3 Wednesdays ago.
Yeah.
Like Wednesday will probably be 3
Was
week
it in 2026?
It was in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Sure.
helpful.
But it was still a long time ago. Hopefully everybody's having
February.
a great day. It's a heat wave. I was driving in today, and my dashboard said it was 37 degrees. I'm like, oh, my God, I got to open the window.
I don't even think that's right.
But I'm actually seeing some of the snow melt.
No,
Really?
No way.
I'm not.
A little
Where?
A little bit. Not a
Little bit?
lot. You're seeing some puddles because it's above freezing, and the sun hits the snow in just the right way where you get a little bit of a thaw. And so the trucks are out trying to change things around. So
I just want to warn everybody.
You're on air.
None of these buttons work.
All right.
So
Yeah, I
just
see
be
that.
mindful.
I hear you, though.
Yeah, I almost just said something to you about one of our colleagues on television, and it would have been right on the air, just so everyone knows.
Oh, come on.
No, I didn't say it was bad or good. I'm just saying
well,
it
I'm
would have
assuming
been.
bad.
Yeah.
I was just
you
saying,
were afraid that
we were
it might
having a
have gotten to the
conversation
air.
about feeling old earlier, and I just was saying I feel older. But I feel happy. I'm not alive right now currently, guys. This is a shell of my human body.
What are you complaining
Well,
about?
how long was the flight?
12 hours.
And you said you slept
And
the
you
entire way
slept.
back.
I stayed up fully from. I did the show with you guys Friday.
Yes.
I finished up at 2 a.m. whatever 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Went to bed that night at 2:30.
Yep.
Had a little trouble falling asleep. 4:30, I had a scary dream. What was the dream, you asked? Glad you asked. I was sitting around with Natalie and a couple other people watching a golf tournament. John Gruden was in the golf tournament. Something went wrong. He threw his club. He badly maimed a person on television. It was horrifying in my dream. Woke me up out of my sleep. I was horrified by this. Couldn't fall back asleep.
There's a lot
Done.
there. That's an onion.
There's a lot.
There's
A lot.
so
Yeah,
much.
because what happened during your day? Because
Well, we
that's what
talked about
dreams
John
were supposed to
Gruden.
be.
Yes.
We talked about
right.
Gruden because of the
We
Jets
did-
thing
we did.
on Friday.
We
so
We
that
didn't
was
talk about golf, though.
no. So, anyways, I get scared out of my mind.
You're good.
Can't go back to sleep. Ended up going to the gym at 6:30 in the morning, just starting the day. Caught a couple naps on Saturday, but we're up all day. We didn't finish on air till 3 a.m. At the airport at 6 a.m. Charter takes off at 7:30 a.m.
Sleep deficiency.
So then I slept from that point on. I got here at 1 o'clock, whatever it was. But my head's just
No, you're a mess.
I'm swimming right now.
I knew what it was like getting back from the West Coast.
This
I
is
can't
like
imagine
reversal. It's bizarro world.
what it is for you, but we're all back in the studio
together,
having
though.
fun. And also, let's take a second
day.
because I'm sure it didn't come up during his show because he's so modest and never wants
so
to put attention
modest.
on himself.
Never.
But today is Michael K's birthday.
Damn
so
right it
happy birthday to Michael K.
35.
Groundhog Day is always Michael K. Day. Yes, 35 years old.
I want to find
Started doing Yankee games at 6 months.
Gutlers.
That's what it was. 6 months old.
Okay.
Happy birthday!
Strap it in.
Happy birthday to the K-Ster. It's a big one too.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's being said.
It bothers me. I can't imagine how he feels about it, but it bothers me.
Why does it
Knowing-
bother you?
Because I've known him for so long.
Yeah.
You know, we met before we started doing the show, but if you want to just go by when we started doing the show together.
When he started letting you talk?
Which was, July 15th, 2002. So that's going on 24 years ago. I've known the guy for over 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that he's the age that he's at, but still.
Wait, so when
it's one of those ages where, you know what? He looks terrific and does not look like somebody that in most cases would be, filing papers to retire.
The age at which you met him to which we are in now, it's a huge difference number-wise. There's no question.
I agree.
And
it's a tough one.
And the thing about his birthday, Peter, because you were a part of this for a while too, is that his birthday always coincided with Radio Row at the Super Bowl.
Why?
So we'd always get a cake or something.
Oh,
and we'd
that's
all
right.
go out to dinner.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember,
I hate Don.
I think you were with us, or just about to be with us. His 50th birthday was in Dallas.
No, I wasn't here for that.
You probably. I think you came the year after.
No. I've been here 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, forget about it. Yeah.
You're way off.
It just feels like
You're
it's
lost.
50. That we were all in Dallas for his 50th birthday. And
this is Gunling, too? Was he already there?
Yeah, Gunling was there.
Was that the Dallas Super Bowl with
Dallas
the snow?
Super Bowl with the snow and the ice and everything. It didn't feel like it was that long. It was 15 years ago.
Wow.
So, happy 65th birthday to Michael K.
It's hard for you, I can tell.
No, it's
Yummy.
tough.
Who's Spud Murray?
Yeah, I don't like it either. Even though 65 is still not a terror. Things have changed.
It's not what it used to be.
65 is definitely not what it used to be.
Right.
In our parents' age, your parents' age, like how old was your dad when he passed?
59.
Didn't even get near 65.
My dad was 61.
And
He didn't get there either.
You put those numbers around it, it makes it seem significant, even more significant. Now, someone drops dead at 65, it's like, oh my God, tragic. You know what I mean? I think at 30, 40, 50 years ago, 65 could be, hey, you never know. But that's not the time we're living in right now. And we know Michael isn't settling for anything less than 93, 94.
I don't know if he's even taking that.
I don't think he would settle for that.
You don't need to settle.
That's a Hall of Fame for good people. If there was a Hall of Fame for good people, I'd be in that.
He said so many great things over the years.
Many K drops.
But yeah, happy birthday to the K-Stream. It's a fairly big birthday. Now, question for you.
Yes.
What's the biggest birthday left post, say, 60? Because 50 is 50 the last huge celebratory, still kind of young, but like big birthday?
I would say after 50, the next one that feels like a milestone would be 90.
Good. What? Are you out of your gourd?
After that, I don't need to celebrate it.
Wait, hold on.
We don't need to make a big deal about
75? You're skipping 75?
Why do I care about 75?
Why do you care about 90?
I don't want to celebrate 75. 90's like, all right, it's pretty good. Get to 90, that's pretty impressive.
So
might be the last big one you have.
Don, do you agree with this?
No.
Nothing between 50 and
so
90?
You want a big deal made out of you when you turn 75?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Why not? That's one of those numbers. It's a special number.
I think 75
What's
is a solid
special
number.
about it?
It's 75.
It's old.
The 25s are big.
Yeah, the 25 is.
Well, I understand you like the round number and all, but I don't see it that way. You asked a question, I'm answering
Yeah,
it.
no, listen, everybody's
After
gonna- but-
50, I don't give a damn about age. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to celebrate
now
it.
we're getting to it.
90, then I'm like, you know what, though? 90's something to say.
All right.
Got this
I
far.
thought 50 would hurt. It didn't.
No.
I have a feeling 60's going to. Because 60, it's like
What are you now?
50. Well, I'll be 58 on the 13th.
Yeah, his birthday's coming.
You getting near 60 is upsetting to me, too. I'm not going to lie.
But
that's
the
tough for me.
line keeps moving. Because you're right. When 10-year-old Don LaGreca saw a 65-year-old man. That's grandpa. That's an elderly man, retired.
Moments from death.
Wearing shorts with black dress socks and
It's almost over.
and sandals.
Right.
Yeah.
Watching golf and falling asleep.
Right.
But meanwhile,
I've done that part since I was 25.
but meanwhile, like 65 now, because Michael's still doing a show, doing 135
great
Yankee
energy.
games, still got very young kids, and so.
I got news for you, too. If he was still single, the rotation would still be in full effect.
You know what?
I have no doubt.
That really, we were going to open with the Knicks. This is such a better open.
Right.
Can you imagine what his rotation would be at 65?
Yeah, Belichick, hold my beer.
Well, again, the older you get, right, the pool gets deeper.
Wait, is that true?
That's how could it not be?
Oh, you mean because it gets higher? You can go up.
Well, let me ask you.
You can
this
go
is,
up, but
this is
there's a lot more below as well.
It's everywhere.
This is
because you're so older now. So
Yeah.
you have an entire
forget
range.
about
This is a borderline inappropriate conversation.
I would
but
say so.
I like it, though, on a
I
Monday.
strive for good radio.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a professional.
At a single 65-year-old Michael K.
Yeah.
Still going to Peters, still having his good time, right? When I say Peters, the bar, not to
Thank
Peters'
you.
house.
Okay.
Or either or.
What do you think and you're a good person to ask this, Peter, because you're like sickened by. Do you think Michael would go in his rotation?
In the rotation?
Yeah.
Meaning these are just people he goes on dates with
Yes.
and spends time with, but he's
Right.
not like trying to like bring him to Thanksgiving.
Right. No, this is a single
just-
Michael K.
Just out
honestly-
and about.
So I'm being honest. This has changed as I've gotten older, naturally. To where I wouldn't kind of like, I'd be like, ho, but then behind his back go to you guys and be like, guys. I would say, honestly, that number would be like early 30s. I'd be
Wow.
like, that's
I'm surprised. I was
am
going to
very
say. I was
surprised
going to
at
say.
that.
I don't think he would date anybody
Under 40. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
You're not. I was worried based on our Belichick arguments. You guys were going to go lower than me.
No, at 65 now.
Yeah, but Belichick's older than that.
No, I'm saying Michael.
But we're talking about
Michael and Belichick, completely different humans.
Very different humans.
I cannot. Yeah, I would think he would cut it off at 40.
See, there's two different things here. If he's dating a 25-year-old, I'd still applaud him.
Well, no. Yeah.
All right.
God bless.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think he'd go under 40.
Right. That's exactly it. Because he's so self-conscious.
I got news for you. I don't want to speak out of school, but I disagree with you.
It's almost worth making a phone call.
You know, it's
how low would
the
rotation go? I think. Listen, I think if the mid 30s, 32, 33 was an option, I think he'd be willing to, play in that water.
It also depends on the personality too.
Of course,
because there's an old soul at 33, 34 that it wouldn't feel as.
But remember, I told you guys about the Belichick conversation that when I found myself single at 40, the reason I thought he was so weird is that when I found myself single at 40, I still would go out, and when I'd get the vibe from people that they were early 20s, I'd be like, all right. It's just there is a line of kind of that under 25. And listen, I work with kids at all my jobs. We all do that. They're, I do find 25 starts to be the some semblance of adult. 22 is just
that's very.
It's
but
crazy.
Also Belichick. This is a relationship, an exclusive relationship.
No, well, he's a freak.
We're just talking about, let's go hang out.
Listen, it kept him out of the Hall of Fame. I hope it was worth it.
Well,
right.
Yeah, right.
But exactly.
It may have played a factor.
You know what?
Surprisingly,
that's a really good point.
What if she left him because she's like, I only date Hall of Famers?
Exactly.
First ballot.
Bill Polian might have passed a lie detector test. Did you tell people not to vote for him because of Spygate? No.
It had nothing to do with that.
Did you tell people not to vote for him because of how young his girlfriend is?
Yeah, and then he has her on the sideline. See, you didn't know.
That might be it.
Anyways, happy birthday, Kister. That's what it comes down
Michael,
to.
And by the way, big get today, Aaron Boone.
Yeah,
on the
job.
show,
2:00.
Love that.
We'll play some sound from Aaron Boone a little bit later on.
Won't miss a thing.
We've got an NFL binge coming up at 4:30. We've got ENN at 6 with Peter back in the saddle for that, and we got a full vehicle today. We're taking up until 7:00 because there's no Rangers or Knicks.
There's no nothing.
And the Knicks.
You don't have to run. I don't have to run. Peter doesn't have to go anywhere. We're all here, all the way to 7,
together.
just like we love it.
Yes, how I want it when I get home.
Every
and
time.
I'm tired. That's what I need.
Yes.
I hope every day this week.
But I will say this very quietly, because I do think it maybe not in Nick world, and Alan can answer this, but a quiet 6 in a row, because every time you bring up the Knicks, it's getting Giannis and all that, but they've really overcome that little problem that they had a couple of weeks ago. The Nets, that seemed to be the get-right game, beat them by 58 points or whatever, and haven't looked back since. And they throttled LeBron James and the Lakers last night on national television. And when you take a look at their schedule, there's no reason why this can't get to 7, 8 in a row.
Well,
right?
It gets tough. Now you got Washington tomorrow.
Right,
that should be
a win.
And you're playing at Washington, which means you'll get all your fans there.
And then Denver.
But Denver on a back-to-back at home. Jokic is back.
Is he back?
But I don't know what the deal is with him, because they're also going to be in a back-to-back situation, if I'm not mistaken.
Might not play.
And then, it's the Garden. They all want to play.
Everyone wants to play.
And then you go to Detroit.
That's
the scene of the crime, everybody. The worst loss of the season. I look at Friday, and I'm like, what do you got? You know what I mean? Because you go back there where you were most embarrassed this year.
Right.
That Dallas first half MLK Day, that was pretty bad, right? But the real feeling of this is going in the wrong direction fast was that performance in Detroit and the way they took it to you. So Friday night feels to me like a real litmus test.
It does.
What are you about? And can you let this team know, whatever happened the last time we met, don't expect this to be the norm.
You'd like to see
I'm
that.
looking forward to Friday.
But meanwhile, go back to last year. It's all the Knicks aren't going to make any kind of a run. They can't beat Boston. They can't beat Cleveland.
That's right.
Hello, they're sitting there.
Yeah, Cleveland couldn't win, and they beat
Game 6
Boston.
of the conference final and end up losing to a team that you thought that they were going to be able to beat.
Keep in mind, too, trade deadline is Thursday. Right. Now, again, as I've been trying to tell everybody, the Giannis stuff feels a lot more smoke and a lot less fire, even though at times it felt like there was an earnest effort by everybody, including the Knicks, to see what can we do. But all along continues to be that feeling of this is extremely complicated, and in the summer it'll be less complicated on all parties, and let's just get there. Because this guy's also hurt. He's going to be out for a month at least. It's a lot harder to acclimate a player into your system and then make a run when you make a trade now. So with that in mind, it doesn't mean the Knicks still can't make, as I've said, unheralded trades that might not be big headline-grabbing moves, but could be little things that they do that suddenly in April and May, you're like, boy, getting that guy at the deadline, he really helps this team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something to watch that could also set you up for Friday's game in Detroit. But you still, obviously, the next game is the most important. They have 6 in a row. Can they make it 7 against Washington?
But ultimately, I just don't think they need to make it. But doesn't this team deserve a legitimate shot as presently constituted? Right? Cat's having, to him, an awful year. He's an all-star, scored 20 points yesterday, still a beast on the boards.
Yep.
And this is supposed to be on an off season for him. You know what Brunson brings to the table.
Yeah.
You know, Shamet, it's been terrific.
What a terrific piece he's been. Yeah.
Don't you look at this? Don't they deserve to get the shot? And listen, if you get bounced in the second round, all right, we got to reassess here. But
it's
don't
easier
you
to
believe
do it that way.
Never mind yes, that ultimately is going to be the answer. And we could talk about how the last time Dolan went public, he said they're not going to make a big deal. You've been saying, Wendy's been saying, everybody's saying it's easier to do during the offseason. So it's mainly just the reports and the fans getting all hyped up. Oh, you know, Riley's going to steal him away or Golden State's going to steal him away. We're not going to be able to have him. But put all that aside. Hasn't this team done enough last year and so far this year to at least show, to give a chance at it without having to blow it up? Because that's what you're doing. You're bringing in Giannis. You're going to blow it up for this season. Don't they deserve to make a run before a deal is made?
That's what, if you ask the players in the room, that's what they'll tell you. And if you ask most of the front office, as I've said, that's what they believe going in. They had their chance to get Giannis in August. They had the exclusive opportunity to make that trade, to break up a roster and make that trade in August. They opted not to. Never came to fruition. They didn't think the Bucks were really serious, and they weren't willing to put a lot of names on the table and create a lot of disruption in their room. But it seems like it did, especially with Towns. Got in his head. I was on the table. They were going to move me. Like, they don't want me here, right? And it's really kind of affected the way he's played. And they've been working on him to get him right. But they had the chance to do it. And the feeling was, let's just see what this team is. And if it's not going to be a team that can get us there, then in the summer, when we've already seen it, okay, it's not good enough. Let's go ahead and make a bigger deal. That's what I think makes the most sense. So yes, Don, this team has. But the only reason why we're having this conversation a lot more with a lot less urgency today is because of 6 straight wins and a defense that has held a team under from 100 points below in 5 of the 6 games. That's what's changed our mind. Because during the stretch of 9 losses in 11, the alarm bells were ringing. And the feeling was, maybe this team, maybe the bottom's dropping out, maybe this is the time you got to do it. So this winning streak might have saved the season when it comes to blowing up the roster or feeling anyone in the front office or above suddenly getting the urgency to say, damn it, we have to do it. That's what I think.
Yeah, it feels like
this winning streak changed everything.
It was because we had this discussion just a few days ago.
Yep.
About what made the most sense, and I think all of us were on the same page. But now that you've actually put this together and are winning basketball games, it kind of answers the question for you. Why would you do something to potentially blow this up or rush when this team is clearly able to compete right now? Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
The wins, now again, it's not all the teams that they've played have been high-level teams. We know the Nets are a mess, but that helped them get right. But the win in Philly and this win against the Lakers, that's a good Laker team who had the same. I think they had almost the same record. And you have LeBron on the court at MSG. You have Luka, who's winking at people and pointing at people and trash talking early in the game. And they make some adjustments at halftime, which has kind of become the thing. And all of a sudden, Luka's not winking and smiling anymore, right? Like that's what I mean. If you're watching, you see what looks different. And defensively, they went from a team that couldn't get it right to now all of a sudden they're locking down. They're playing with a different kind of attitude, and they're making the adjustments that confuse the other team in the second half of a lot of these games. what they did to Philly, what they did in Toronto. That Toronto team was on a winning streak. That Toronto team was feeling good. They went on the West Coast. They won a bunch of games out there. They thought they thought they had something special. They walked into Toronto and they smacked them around. So, that's what I mean by this looks right. And now it's got to continue, as we always say. It's a long season. It still feels like there's still a ton of time left. But I do think it has calmed any of the nerves in the organization to feel like maybe you got to get that itchy trigger finger and make the trade before someone else does.
I just look at this conference. I'm going to stick to it. Tell me why Detroit's any different than Cleveland the year before, right? We ran away with the conference, and then, listen, they might be better than Cleveland, and they might be the best team. But I like to see. Boston, right? Tatum's already said he's not coming back.
He's hinted to that.
So,
which you knew was coming.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Right. So, but listen,
Ridiculous.
Boston's still hanging in. They're exceptionally well coached. I'm not saying they're not nothing.
Yeah.
Orlando's probably a couple of years away, but still hanging around. But I think I like the Knicks' chances as much as anybody else's. As you said, make some of these maintenance deals at the deadline. And this was a team that shocked the world last year going to the conference final. They changed the coach. They thought for the better. And I think they deserve a chance at the kick of the can here without making that big disruptive deal that, to me, would be throwing away, I think, a potential at a really fun run this year. Are they winning a title? In all likelihood, not. But we could have sat here last year at this time saying, they're not going to beat Boston. They can't beat Cleveland. They can't beat them in the regular season. Why would they beat them? And then we anoint the title of OKC, and we've seen in sports, when you start doing that.
Well, the Pacers took them to 7.
Right.
And like anything.
It's such a good point. It's a really kind of overlooked point. Like, they're unbeatable, except if Tyrese Halliburton doesn't break his leg in the start of the game, maybe they win.
You never know. But that's the whole point of it. You still have to play it out. While you don't want to concede anything. And San Antonio, by the way, they've got their number. So if they faced each other in a series and San Antonio knocked them off, you wouldn't feel better. You wouldn't feel good about playing San Antonio.
Everybody thought the Knicks were going to be playing OKC for the Cup and ended up being San Antonio.
And then leave this other factor in. Back-to-back. When you try to win back-to-back championships, the thing you need in the second year more than anything is health. They've been remarkably healthy. Now, this year they've got some injuries. But who's to say? Like, the door is
want
open.
The chance.
You got to get out of the East.
Yep.
Do you feel like you can with the roster? Well, with a couple of tweaks by the deadline, with the roster you have, the main core that you have. That's the question that needs to be answered. But blowing it up for Giannis doesn't seem like something that they are motivated to do anymore because they've gotten their footing again.
I pulled up so I have the Knicks schedule in front of me for the rest of the year. And, on ESPN, it'll show you, like, the opponent, the time, the TV, and then it says tickets, right? It has, like, the availability of tickets.
Right.
And it will say as low as.
Right.
And it's the lowest price on whatever ticket thing ESPN's website's connected to. Tomorrow night, as low as in Washington, $37.
Oh, yeah. You'll get a lot of people go down there from New York.
Yeah.
They're at Cleveland in February, as low as $27. Home against San Antonio.
Oh, forget it.
March 1st, as low as $331.
Now, getting into the Garden is going to be tough the rest of the way.
What's the as low as in Boston Sunday? Because after Detroit Friday, they go at Boston Sunday afternoon. This is a tough weekend.
At as low as in Boston, 126.
That's actually not bad.
You can get up top there.
Yeah,
the worst one I saw, though, was not actually that. It was, the worst one is home San Antonio. The worst road game is at Golden State, as low as 314. That's just, that building is so expensive.
They already played at Golden State.
Oh, so that's here.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
the Garden.
Sorry, that is here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they still have another West Coast trip.
They have.
which is
What's
not
the
Golden
Laker
State.
one? They're at L.A.
Yeah, they're at L.A.
At Lakers, as low as $93.
Get out of here. Buy them now.
Yeah, get them.
People are not interested in the Lakers, and the Clippers are $35.
Well, you know what? The Knicks are the story. No offense to the Islanders. It's not like there's a ton of hockey to get into. Football's going to be over Sunday, and we got a while before we're going to be ratcheting up the baseball. The Knicks have become the story, and they've been able to carry that torch very well the last couple of years. 1-800-919-3776. We've got the NFL Binge coming up at 4:30. We got ENN at 6. It's a full vehicle today till 7. Let's hear from you. 1-800-919-3776. Don and Rosenberg just getting started on ESPN New York.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
That could be the thought process here behind the defensive coordinator thing. You know, Aaron Glenn did this job once upon a time. I realized this is probably my last shot because I can't survive another 3-win season. Hell, I might not even survive a 5-win season. So if I'm going down doing it my way to the best of my ability, which means I'm a defensive guy. I'm going to call the defense.
The Dan Graca Show. Weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday night at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Already a bad ride out there on the roads. BQE westbound, not moving much in Brooklyn. Right after the Williamsburg Bridge, a crash in the left lane. Heavy delays go back into Queens. Problem spot in Nassau County. LIE eastbound, no access to the Seaford Oyster Bay. An accident on that ramp. Bumper-to-bumper ride from 106, 107 in Jericho. Heading over to the outbound George Worstovic Cross Bronx westbound. A crash in the right lane over by Jerome. Backed up there from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln Arena 10 to 15. Outbound Hone 5 to 10. And once you're in Jersey, definitely want to stay away from the outbound Skyway. 2 crashes on top of the Hackensack River. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 five-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
So we're talking Knicks, and I'm going to stick with it. I don't want to make this deal in season. I think they've played well enough. They deserve a chance to see what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we were discussing about the 6-game winning streak. To me, the 6-game winning streak, it's confirming to me. It's not the reason. Oh, look, they've won 6 in a row. Leave it alone. I think that helps my argument. But I think the fact that they've been between second and third place all year, and what they were able to do last year and with the coaching change and all that I think they deserve that shot. I think the 6 straight wins helps the argument.
Yes.
What happened before the 6 straight wins would hurt my argument because they were struggling a little bit. But that's going to happen in a long season.
And then I looked at as I've been looking at the schedule, and as I said, so Washington is like one of those games where you're like, all right, that should be a win. That's supposed to be a win.
Unless you go to sleep.
It's supposed to be 7. Right? Like that should be set. Then you play Denver, Jokic's situation, we'll see, but Denver's good. And that's a back-to-back. You are home, though. So, whatever that becomes. But Friday at Detroit, after the trade deadline, mind you.
Right.
And then Sunday afternoon in Boston. Like, if you look bad in those 2 games, right after the trade deadline, guess what conversation comes up Monday?
Should have got Giannis.
But
here's
they're not good. Can't beat Detroit. Can't beat Boston. So you have to understand, like that's still it'll never go away. The narrative won't go away with this team until they really prove themselves.
But that would only happen, Alan, is if he gets dealt someplace else. If he doesn't get dealt at the deadline, they've got just as good a chance as anybody during the offseason.
I guess you're right.
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
So if he gets traded to Golden State, then I think that conversation could be had if they lose to Detroit, lose to Boston, say, see, we should have went out and got him. I think once he makes it to Friday, still on the Bucks, then I think the conversation is over.
Yeah, then it becomes they better get him in the summer, right?
But let's see what happens because they could lose to Detroit and they can lose to Boston and still go to the NBA Finals,
as we saw the last week of last season, they lost those 3 games, and they got smoked by Detroit, they got smoked by Cleveland. And there was one other game they didn't play well in, and they went into the playoffs feeling like they're going backwards. But that week off, they got everything right, and then they went on their run.
Tell you, it's
time. But I will say this too. Let me point one more thing out about the Knicks before we get the calls, and that is what I tried to tell people as well, because I know it looks like an excuse. After the NBA Cup, the next 19 games, 10 were on the road. They were never home for more than 1 day. They didn't have more than they had 1 day off. They would never have 2. It was a brutal, and I was on the road with them. Mm-hmm. It was a brutal schedule, and there was attrition. It showed. Then last week, they had a little break. 2 days off, game, 2 days off. They were able to finally be home.
That helps.
Shoot at home, work on stuff, have practice.
See,
it shows.
That's the key.
And no one wants to talk about that, but why are they playing better? Because they've been home, they're getting shots up at night in their own gym, which you can't do on the road, and they've getting practice time in to work on the things that got away from them and make some schematic changes like what they're doing defensively now, what they needed to do defensively to protect some issues that they were having. And now all of a sudden it's worked. This does matter. Practice time matters. Being home matters.
It's not even the rest. It's the practice time. Because I've seen it with this hockey schedule, with the condensed schedule because of the Olympics. You just don't have any time to practice. The power play struggling. What are you going to do? Well, we need a practice. Can't have a practice because we played 3 games in 4 nights. Had to have a day off on that 1 day we weren't playing. You get a quick morning skate. Maybe you get a workout here or there, but you really don't get the nuts and bolts. But now all of a sudden you get a few days off. That's why I think with the Olympic break, the NHL players that aren't going to Milan will report to their respective teams on the 17th, and they'll have like a week training camp to kind of ratchet things back up. Like, that's why I think coming out of this Olympic break is going to be a huge deal, because teams will finally get a chance to practice, get some rest, lick the wounds from the injuries. Same thing with the Knicks last year, and even some of the schedule this year, especially when you've got them having going all the way to the Cup like they did. You just don't get the practice time. You can't work on certain things. And if you're hot, doesn't matter, but if you've got some things to adjust, you just don't get the opportunity to do that. Let's go to Andrew in Long Beach. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Andrew?
Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Always.
So, including the NBA Cup final, I counted the Knicks at 13-3 when OG scores 20-plus points. And he's just been playing incredible two-way basketball over this win streak. Really love the way he's shooting the ball and flying around on defense, as always.
His last 5 games, he's averaging over 20 a game, shooting a three really well. He's a guy that you could see the attrition catching up to him physically, and it took him a minute to kind of get his legs back under him, and he's been just a different player since the schedule slowed down and they were home more, because that's exactly what he's supposed to be. What you saw yesterday, what you saw in Toronto, he was a beast in Toronto. But even last night, you saw him guard Luka at times, LeBron at times, sometimes play off those guys and be disruptive as a help defender. He's a very valuable piece. There's no question about it. And that's, yeah. That, like,
are the Knicks, is this version of the Knicks ever great without OG being at least very good?
That's a great point. No.
They're only great when
Even
he's
going back
really good.
That's a
Since
great
they
point.
First got him, yeah.
And when he's gone, forget it.
Yeah,
when he's out, it kills them.
It hurts. His record in uniform with the Knicks since the trade,
crazy.
It is an insane. I don't know what it's up to now, but yeah, you're right. It is an insane record.
And he might be one of the guys that goes in a deal.
Yeah, that to me, that's the non-starter that I think would hold up. Like, I think they could have Giannis now if they were willing to do something like that, and then Giannis goes to like a third team. And I'm telling you, I don't think the Knicks have any interest in that.
Nick in Woodbridge, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Just a couple things on the Knicks, man. I want to give some credit to Mike Brown. There was a lot of noise in New York over the last couple of weeks when they were struggling that maybe they got the coach wrong, and maybe that was the players weren't buying into what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
And you know what? I give him credit. He tightened up the rotation a bit and basically made you earn your minutes. If you weren't going to play and hustle defensively, didn't matter how good of a scorer you are. And you see that he's sticking with it with Jordan Clarkson. I would not have predicted that in the beginning of this year. So I give him a lot of credit, but I also give a lot of credit to our captain, man. Jalen Brunson held guys accountable. He will not say that he did it. He's going to say it was a team thing. Everyone had to find and do some self-reflection. At the end of the day, it starts with the captain, man. He bought in. He's playing much better defensively. And you know what? For as bad as January was, number 2 in the East. So I like where we're at right now. Keep it rolling.
Sounds good, Nick. Yeah, look, and Brown was still learning the team, but it is amazing if you think about it. He's different than Tibbs, but not completely different, because Tibbs was the same way. When things weren't going well a couple of years ago, they had a bad loss. They went into a game, and there was this feeling of, that he was on shaky ground. And that's when he's like, you know what? If I'm going down my way. And he sat Cam Reddish, and he sat Evan Fournier, guys that the front office brought in and people were supposed to be excited about. And he said, I'm sorry, these guys can't help us, and I can't keep forcing them in the lineup because it hurts us. And they went on a run after that. Well, the 2 guys that the front office brought in this offseason, Gershon Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, guess who's no longer in the rotation? Those 2 guys.
Yeah.
He can't keep forcing them in, trying to make it work. He had to say, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. This ain't working. And the front office, I always give Leon Rose credit. A lot of front office guys would say, damn it, you're making me look bad. You're going to make this work. But he said, listen, that's your show. If you don't think they can work, don't play them.
All right, according to StatMuse, OG has played in 136 games with the Knicks.
In almost 2.5 seasons.
What is their record in those 136? How many wins?
36.
Wait, he's played in 136?
136. How many wins do the Knicks have in those 136?
Give me
90.
I was going to say give me 80.
Alan Hahn, on the nose.
Wow.
90 on the nose.
90 and 46.
That's a complete guess.
Wow. 90 and 46.
90 and 46, a pretty good winning percentage.
You would have it at 80 and 56,
I was
which
trying
would
to be
be
different.
bad. But the point is that 90 and 46, man, that's no joke.
When
they're
he's
a
in
different
uniform, they are.
But
a
the
better
problem
team.
is there's only been 136.
Yeah, well,
in what's like 3 years.
Yeah, but he has this year and last year too. He was intent to get to 65 for sure because he wants to be up for all defense. He wanted to be an all-star this year, and it's too bad he had a little bit of a stretch that he didn't play well. I think it could have cost him. It's hard to get 3 all-stars from one team, but he was making a case for a little while, and then recently again. But all defense, how could he not be? The all defense team, how could he not be?
And what was it like right out of the box? They were like 15-1, something ridiculous. Then he got hurt.
That January, they made the trade, and they had an unreal January.
But
then he got hurt, right? Missed a lot of time, but he has not missed a lot of time since.
And here's the thing, you know why he deserves a lot of credit for that, Peter? Is because that was texted to me by our producer, Anthony Pusick.
That's right.
And I'm looking at Alan's phone, and he didn't see it.
Oh, that was a guess.
So
yeah,
pure,
good job.
Pure. Straight from the dome.
Fun.
You know, every now and then I get something right about the Knicks. It's amazing.
No,
Once in a while.
You get most things right. And that's why I feel this conversation is something we had like 2 months ago, and everybody slept on it. And we're kind of reliving it while everybody's doing it in real time. It is pretty cool.
I love getting that. Did you hear what so-and-so said? Like,
yeah, no. I actually heard it in a different voice. Sounded like Alan Hahn 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, on our program.
That's right. So this is your Knicks destination. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins.
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
What's the significance of Maiden? Wrathchild. Just
no reason.
Now
it's the anniversary of Paul Di'Anno's death.
But since he played something like this,
yeah,
gotta ask.
Let's do it.
Did you watch the tribute last night?
I saw it. Anthony sent it to me today when I got to work.
And what were your thoughts?
Nice.
Not bad, right?
I don't know how to feel about Post Malone. I don't know his music.
No one does.
He was tremendous.
I thought he was very good.
He seems like a cool dude. The tattoos are a little off-putting.
Sure.
Well,
but he seems like a cool dude. I thought he did a very good job.
He posted a lovely guy, and he did that. I thought he did really well by
that.
And then I enjoyed the D'Angelo tribute that Lauryn Hill did afterwards. My favorite part of that was they hit me. What, you didn't love it?
D'Angelo went too long. Roberta Flack, that was good. D'Angelo, like you didn't. I felt like between Ozzy, got one song, and then we're done. Then D'Angelo that went on.
But they did a medley. They decided to go with Ozzy.
You couldn't do an Ozzy medley?
Well, I don't know, but that was obviously a decision they made to play that because they did that. They did War Pigs all the way through.
Yeah, it's a long song.
They could have.
Good.
I know, but they could have. I would have thought maybe they would have done a medley too. I have to imagine like
Crazy Train.
I don't know who makes the choice for each one, right? Like who's produced, like because it wasn't the same person who oversaw each one. Like
clearly,
to some extent, maybe, but I'm sure they get help. But the best part of the D'Angelo one was at the end they went to Roberta Flack.
Yeah,
and when they did the Roberta Flack tribute, they played "Feels Like Making Love," which D'Angelo has an amazing version of.
Okay.
And when they did that, they put both of their pictures up. I thought that was like a really well done moment. And then it's interesting because they bring up Wyclef with Lauren.
Yeah.
And just 2 weeks ago, John Forte, who's basically in the Fugees, passed.
Yeah.
So then they threw his picture up.
Yeah, I saw
that whole thing. Yeah. As you get older, we were just talking about age to start the show.
You're killing me softly though. That was
really nice. But the tributes to the people who have passed as you get older is tougher and tougher to watch. When you just see how many people pass away during the course of the year, there are people that you forget passed that year, and you're like, oh my God, they died too?
Did you think there was enough Brian Wilson? I mean, I know Bruce just read like a nice little something, but it was very
Wait, was Brian Wilson this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
didn't do a music tribute?
No, they just had Bruce read something coming out of break or going to break, one or the other.
They didn't do an actual.
Springsteen read a little essay. It might have been 3 minutes, and that's it. Showed a lot of pictures, a lot of background music, but there was no celebration of the music.
I mean, I wonder if they feel like having someone as big as Bruce read a thing is
that's
a really big thing to do.
There was another.
You see friend of the show Q-Tip up there?
Yes.
Friend of the show Q-Tip honoring Pharrell. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
And we get it starting next year. ABC will have the rights to the Grammys.
We can go.
Starting next year.
That's right.
I'm sure we'll be invited because
we should go.
I might host next year.
What are you talking about? We talk a lot of music on this show.
That's a great
More
point.
than any other show, to the point
Could
of
we
almost
win a
termination.
Grammy? How about if we won a Grammy for a music podcast?
I don't think that doesn't exist. But
what if we created that?
I don't think it'll work.
It feels like there's a lot of created categories
that is true
now.
these days. You never know.
By the way, can you explain to me, because I don't know this answer, and you're a music guy. There's record of the year.
Yeah.
And then there's album of the year.
I have all these. You want to know the definition
I know
of
you
everyone?
know because I need to ask you because record and album sound like the same thing.
No.
Please tell me what.
Record is the recording of the year. So it's the music recording of the year. It's a song. It's a song, not an album.
So it's not song of the year.
Song of the year is another category.
How's that?
That's for songwriting.
Songwriting.
Song of the year is the best written song of the year. Record of the year is the best music recording of the year.
So it's the producers.
It's more
that are really honored more than the artist.
And the songwriters
and
more
the songwriter.
for the other one.
But why does the artist go up and get the trophy?
Well, often the artist wrote the song.
Yeah,
more often than not, the artist at least co-wrote the song.
Fair,
which is happening more now than I think back in the past. I remember whenever I listened to the Casey Kasem American Top 40.
Sure.
12 acts of the 40 this week have written their own song. And I'm like, 12?
Like stunning.
And he's saying it like 12.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is
because when you got
more.
Sean Cassidy and Leif Garrett,
they ain't writing anything. Right.
Nobody's writing anything.
They can't even spell.
I think Billie Eilish won Song of the Year, and Billie Eilish is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
her brother is brilliant.
Well, they both are.
Yeah,
I mean, they do everything together.
But his arrangement, he's really he's a savant.
No,
he's really good.
If you never, Don, I think you'd probably enjoy Billie Eilish's stuff.
She's not
at least
terrible.
some of it.
It's not terrible.
No, not terrible. It's more than not terrible.
There's some that's a little drippy.
I don't know any new music. I would have been lost.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I've heard of her.
We should at least before Sunday, at some point at least, maybe Friday, rejoin with Bad Bunny songs so we get a little familiarity.
You know what?
Heading into the big game.
Friday should be a Bad Bunny day.
Right?
I'm good.
You don't even want to hear it?
No.
because I'm not even going to watch it. So why do I get caught up on something?
For the audience. But are you okay for the audience?
He's a great story, and he seems like a really good
story. I'm not making any kind of statement. It's not about him. It's Don doesn't care about halftime.
I don't care about halftime.
Not interested.
No.
Is there now?
What if Bad Bunny did an Ozzy tribute
would you
song
watch
in the medley?
I'm good.
What if
he
they
just
brought
gives
Ozzy?
You crazy tribute?
What if Ozzy comes back from the dead for halftime?
Good. I think I got excited to see the Who when I
of course
think
you did.
Up with People. I was a big Up with People person.
Up with People, yeah.
Up with People.
I think that was the halftime show with the Giants for a Super Bowl.
This is before they had real halftime shows.
This is when they.
This is when it was a marching band. No, it was literally.
It's the Super Bowl. It's a big game.
It's
Now we go this way. Now we go this way.
Woo!
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Fireworks and day.
What was it? What was the event again that led? I talked about this last year, and it's been 1 year, and I've forgotten. What did I say was the reason they started actually caring? Someone ran something opposite in like 91 or something.
Well,
and then they were like, "Oh, we got to do something."
I remember. This might not be it. But
it was a show that premiered or something. And
something like that.
I don't know what's happening.
Beavis and Butthead did something at halftime years ago on MTV. It wouldn't have been that. That was probably like 95.
But that's what it was. Wasn't other networks putting on things that they knew would time right with halftime to steal away viewers?
But there was one thing in particular that led to it happening. And I talked about this just last year.
You did.
Oh, you know why? Because I listened to the Michael Jackson podcast. And in the Michael Jackson podcast, when talking about how he did it in 93, they explained why the networks got to the point of like, hey, we need to literally book Michael Jackson for this thing. But I'll tell. Give me a few minutes and I'll tell you what it was.
You have time.
But something random.
Let's go to
But it was bad before that, man. I mean, nothing.
Steve in New Fairfield. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Steve?
Steve.
Hey, boys. How you doing?
All right.
Good, man.
A few points on the Knicks. Not that you need me to reinforce, give you approval, Al, on your analysis, but good points in terms of, I think, the schedule calming down a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Let them practice a bit. They got their legs under them a bit. And not that I see the intricacies of defensively, but I have read that they've kind of tweaked on the perimeter, how they're defending, kind of forcing guys more to the sideline instead of funneling them down the middle.
Yep.
I think that's made a difference.
Yep.
And also Brown, I give him credit. He did navigate the storm, his first kind of big piece of adversity there. I think he got through it well. And Clarkson sitting him, that was a big deal. I know the caller brought it up. Just Shamet, he's just more of a two-way player. Clarkson hunts his shot way too much. And then the biggest thing I wanted to ask you, specifically you, Al, I don't mean to disregard you, Al, Pete, and Don, but Cat, obviously his biggest skill set attribute is the offense.
Yep.
However, do you not see the team when Cat he doesn't do it often, but when he just shuts up, doesn't overly whine, and just bounds like a monster and passes, he's one of the best passing big men.
Yes.
And when he just bounds like crazy and hustles passes and they just are inspired. I just see a different team. They kind of gravitate to that when when that's his game. There are things he could go 8 points, but 20 bounds and is defending hard and diving on the floor in a good way. I just see them. Do you agree with that?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Steve. And what you see is also after games. I'm in the locker room. I talk to the players. They all say the same thing. They're like, "That's what we need from him. Like the points are great. We know it'll be there, but that's what we need." And it inspires the group. They see him take it because he's an elite player. Takes his game to another level. That's what they want, and that's what he's been. He's been better at it. I think personally, he wants the ball to. He wants the offense played through him. He wants to show that he could do what Jokic does. I could pass. He is a good passer, but I think there are times he gets frustrated. He's got to get out of his head, and maybe after the trade deadline, he will.
It was the In Living Color halftime.
Yes, that's right. They did
a special episode at halftime.
And they were
and
they would advertise the hell out of it, right?
People actually turned the channel to let's watch the special Living Color.
Didn't they joke about like don't watch this? Like why would you watch this instead? Like that kind of a thing.
Right, yeah. And because it's a half hour, you could squeeze in a full
and
half-hour
and we're talking about the Wayans brothers and Jim Carrey, and this is like
if that was in the early 90s, that was a big deal.
That was a all-star cast.
So then afterwards they said, I think literally the next year they booked Michael Jackson. Now, prior to that, they'd had some other ones like New Kids on the Block and like little things that were cute.
Yeah.
But they didn't go for it in the same way that they now do.
Now they got to get the big stars.
Dude, Bad Bunny wins Album of the Year at the Grammys. First ever non-English speaking album to win Album of the Year at the Grammys. And then performs at the Super Bowl the next week.
It's pretty good back-to-back.
It's a pretty good week.
Yeah.
For him, for sure.
Well, that's what I meant. I was referring for him. I mean, the world doesn't have to celebrate him, but he's having a hell of a week.
It's pretty good, yeah.
1-800-919-3776. Just getting started. NFL Binge coming up at 4:30. ENN at 6. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg hanging out with you until 7 here on ESPN.
I bet you don't know what to talk about right now,
I bet you're wrong, and if I did bet, I'd do it on FanDuel. It's the last call for football, and FanDuel's giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on passing yards, folks. All right, the over-under on passing yards. I really like Sam Darnold over, just like I did in the championship game. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
DraftKings Sportsbook is making every snap, every drive, every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions. Open the app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FNH. That's code FNH. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code FNH. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single-use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming, Inc.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas,
it's Tully time.
Sure. Just one local in action tonight. It's the Islanders. And it's not nothing. They're visiting the Capitals at 7 o'clock.
Come on, bring it. Might be nice
Dew.
to score a power play goal, though.
The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So I'm in Ottawa calling the Devil game. Devils are down 2-1. They get a power play with about 5 minutes to go in the game. Because it was a Hockey Night in Canada game, it was a little bit delayed at the start, so the Islander game was just wrapping up. Yossi scores with like a minute 15 to go in regulation. Tough way for the Islanders to lose. They're on their way to a point, don't get a point. Devils start the night 7 back of the Islanders. They got a chance if they can find a way to come back and beat Ottawa. Now you get within 5, and then they play them Thursday. So maybe an opportunity, if the Devils take care of business on Tuesday against Columbus, of drawing within 3 before the Olympic break.
Mm-hmm.
As I say that, the Devils score. But the goal's disallowed, and it was the right call. I don't know if you saw Connor Brown takes the puck,
yes.
throws it towards the net.
Now, I'm surprised by that, not to get too deep into it, because it does hit the goalie's stick, and I'm thinking, well, he didn't throw it in the net.
No, but he did.
But you can't put it. That's the thing.
It's still a hand pass.
You still had to have touched it with your stick for it to be legal.
If he had dropped it and then hit it with his own stick, I think it would have counted.
Right.
But I don't know that I'm way up high. He scores the goal. The game's tied at 2.
We were on the game. We were watching. Yep.
And then Islanders go on to lose the game, but the goal's taken away. Senators score a goal, get another empty netter, win the game 4-1. It's like, it just gets that feeling like, God, it's going to just take a miracle at this point. The Devils just can't score. But just looking at the Islanders, like, that's a break that makes you think it could be the Islanders' year Like, there it is. There's the door wide open. Devils have a chance to pick up 2 points. They get a goal, and they end up losing the game anyway. And the Islanders, they overcome despite a tough loss. Because you're that close at the end of the third period. You're like, all right, got a point. You don't care. Let the Senators let the Predators get a point. They're not my conference. I'm just looking for points if I'm the Islanders.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. 404 in the big city. Wanted to, I'm sure people saw the Steve Tisch stuff. And we're not going to get into a big, huge conversation about it. It's disgusting. It's awful, this Epstein stuff. Although I do have a feeling we're looking for something to bring this country together. Is it possible the Epstein files could be that, just because everybody on both sides of the aisle are going to be on this thing and we're all going to have like one comment, like we're all messed up?
It's a nice thought.
It's not going to happen, but I'm just saying that each side thinks that they've got the polarizing figure that they're going to bring down, and I just have a feeling there's a lot of people. But it's a sports topic because it's Tisch, and Tisch is the 45% owner of the Giants. It's not good.
Well, in New York, but there are other
people
named in this in the world of sports.
In sports figures?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a lot if this thing ever does come out. And even Steve Tisch's statement after the emails came out, which are specific to meeting, not on the island, but meeting with Epstein and affairs and things like that. That the statement, he says, we had a brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women. And in addition, we discussed movies, investments, philanthropy. I did not take him up on any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regretted associating with. The emails go back to 2013. We already known for 5 years that he was a registered sex offender. So he's guilty of associating with a bad guy. And the statement, Peter, I don't know what your thoughts are on it, doesn't really bathe himself in glory at all, even though, all right, maybe there isn't any underage women, but certainly adult women were. We talked about.
It's not great. Well,
it's not great.
No,
it's better, but it's still not good.
It's a clear association that exists. And
you can't deny it.
Yeah, let me put it this way. Some people's names are like, oh, they're on the list, and when you dig into it, one person, made a phone call in which they said they heard that this person was doing blank thing. This is worse than that. This is actual correspondence that he is admitting was a relationship of some sort, but he's denying the worst things it could possibly be.
Well,
it's not great. It is what it is.
It's the right thing to do, don't you think, though? Instead of try to either stay quiet or try to pretend like, oh, but this is, like, you try to sugarcoat or you try to, like, tamp it down. He knows, like, my name's on the email. The emails are there. Everything's there. So it just becomes all right, I got to own it, but you want to make sure you point out specifics of adult women.
Yes. Right.
Because there's some suggestions of other age groups that were targeted.
So nothing might have been to the extent of pedophilia, but it could be still, is it prostitutes? Did he pay for these women?
Well, it's clearly
a crime could have been committed here.
Yeah.
And just his mere association with somebody who was a registered sex offender for 5 years.
It's not great.
Not good.
But what do you do if you're the NFL?
But here's the rub, guy. For all of these people that want to jump on their soapbox and say, throw them out of the league, make them sell the team. First of all, the Tisch family owns the team. So should his family have to give up their fortune because of something another family member did? There's that. All right, suspend him. How do you suspend an owner? Where he can't go to games? Well, what does that do? And whatever you do to Steve, you're going to have to do to whoever else is on the list. And I don't know who's on the list, who's not, but what if there's more? I mean,
he's not going to be the only person associated.
He's not going. I don't think he's going to be the only person associated with this in the NFL. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
We've seen reports of other owners.
That's the thing, is that you go lenient, and then all of a sudden there's 10 other guys that have ties to the NFL. You're going to go lenient with them. Do you bring down Steve Tisch and then maybe bring down 10 other teams that might have a similar situation?
Don't you just have to be specific about what there's actually proof of?
Yes.
If the proof is that he engaged in emails with this guy, let's say everything he said was exactly true. I'm sorry, there's not really anything punishable there. Just because it's a really overall horrible story about a horrible person that involves trafficking children, the worst crime there could be. If he has nothing to do with that.
Do you want to judge? ABC has all the correspondence here.
Right.
So some of the things that were said in these emails.
And all they can do, I think, is look at that and say, is there anything here that would make you now... You can't just punish him because he's associated with a horrible story.
Rather than go deep into the weeds, the feeling seems to be, at minimum, he had a relationship with a registered sex offender that supplied him with adult company.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough for the NFL to do something about it? It doesn't look great. It's not very moral. It's not exactly the cleanest thing in the world.
What was the punishment for
Kraft?
For Kraft?
There was no punishment for Kraft.
Nothing.
I don't believe there was anything.
So what's different except this is just associated with someone who has other horrible things about them?
Right. But, what John Gruden emailed was enough to get, have him lose his job.
Kraft was cleared because the video, the judge, they there's something about whatever video evidence, the judge threw it out.
And didn't think there was enough?
And destroyed it so it wouldn't stay alive.
Oh, right. Yeah. Interesting, right?
Whatever was done.
Weird how that happens.
Yeah.
But what if this is what you have, what would Roger Goodell?
The charges
What's
were
the
dropped,
logical
so there's
thing?
nothing you could do against Kraft when the charges are dropped.
Now, could John Mara say, listen, Steve, this is bad for business. Why don't you sell the team? Why don't you sell your percentage? I mean, that could happen, but I don't think the league could force him to do that.
He was never present, really, as an owner, right? Like, he was never a guy. Like, we talk about John Mara all the time, right?
Well,
Tisch doesn't really
Tisch is the
have
non-football guy.
Right, but he doesn't have that same type of presence in the organization. He's there, but he's not there kind of thing, right?
So
For
that's
the most
why
part.
By telling him he's not allowed to be in there anymore isn't really going to change.
It's not going to change anything. Right.
And should his kids suffer and have to be forced to sell their shares of the team because their father got caught in some controversy? I don't know. I'm not making any judgments. I don't know. But I just think for people that want to go on their soapbox, they throw them out of the league. All right, what are you going to do? The number of people on this list could be pretty extensive. And I do think that treating everybody on the list as a pedophile, that's not fair.
No.
But to excuse the behavior, I'm like, dude, man, I don't know what Steve knew or didn't know, but I think if I had a relationship with a guy for 5 years and he's a registered sex offender, I'm not hanging around with that guy.
If you read the correspondence, he knew. He knew enough to ask.
I will tell you, the emails make it worse than the description.
That's why I said, do you want to hear some of it?
I just pulled some up.
Because
the way they communicate is so clearly not casual, but I'm going to feed you people. It's
Well, when you ask pro or civilian,
pro or
what are you asking here?
Yeah, it's right in there.
You know,
and like right away, the way Epstein talks to him is so. I'll get you all the info, all this information about this person. It's very weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good look.
And that's probably the worst of it for me. Is that, hey, if you're talking about consenting adult women that are getting paid for sex, I mean, that's prostitution, right? So that's one thing. But, like, knowing that this person is supplying you with women and he's a registered sex offender, and you know that, and yet you still maintain a relationship with him.
It's business.
That's
how
the
they
thing.
act. That's how they act. It's business.
Because what it all is, and I think no matter what side of the aisle you fall on, I think we can all agree that the 1% live in a different world than everybody else.
I think we all know.
Where, you know,
it's the same thing as a drug dealer.
Well,
you're associating with a drug dealer to provide you with drugs that we know are illegal, but you have a drug problem. And in the end, you know you're affiliating with someone, but you're a billionaire and you're above all that. And that's come on.
Because I can't
that's the
be
thing
touched.
is
I've got the money where I can't be
We act like they're judged the same way we are judged as regular people, and we know that's not true.
Well,
we know it doesn't work that way.
Well, we found out during the OJ trial that it wasn't about black and white. It was about green.
Yep.
He had tons of money, and he had enough money to hire the greatest lawyers in the world to get off. And I'm sure they think that I'm sitting on billions of dollars, and if it ever came to it, hey, listen, I'll just deny it. I'll be protected because
that's what this whole thing is.
It's in everybody's best interest to not bring me down.
That's why
bringing me down brings a lot of other people down.
But the whole Epstein thing, that's why that's so shady.
Right.
How he died and all that stuff.
That's why it relates to. That's why this whole thing.
And we had Conspiracy Theory Friday.
Yeah. I don't know if they'd
put your tinfoil hat on now.
Stoked about that one.
No.
But that's why this whole thing is so upsetting to so many people, because you can literally have proof that the worst things on earth happened. The things that everyone agrees you'd think are the most disgusting, horrible
Only
things.
in movies.
And yet here it is. And now we have another person, this one in our midst, and he's clearly aware. I mean, also it should be said, by his own conversation here, he's talking about this girl being in class. So we're talking about someone who's still a college student, as he's an older man. So it's not good.
It's gross.
It's not good.
It's absolutely gross. And the thing is, I don't know what Roger Goodell could do. I don't know legally what he can do.
Nothing. She's not charged with it.
You know what Jets fans are thinking?
But
why couldn't this have been our team?
But
we could maybe get a way out.
Come on.
If there is something.
How about Woody?
What are you doing?
If there is something about guilt by association.
Couldn't even get that right.
Where we're going to judge Steve Tisch for, hey, come on. You're fraternizing with a known sex offender. Well, then, John Mara now knows that 45% of his family's team is owned by a guy that hung out with a known sex offender.
Yeah.
So I don't know what John legally can do, but I'm having a conversation with Steve right now saying, dude, sell your 45%. I can't be associated with you
I also
anymore.
no longer you're not involved in any decision making here.
No,
none.
You're gone.
Yeah. No way.
But again, I don't know. Can John Mara legally force a partner to sell his percentage? I don't know.
The only
if that's
thing
legal.
he can do is buy it.
And he's not going to do that.
Nope.
And then you got the.
That's why I don't think you can do
anything.
anything. What can you do?
That's the thing.
Is he charged with a crime, Don?
See, you just hit the nail on the head. There's what you're supposed to do or what you should do, and then there's what you can do.
Yeah.
Those are two completely different things. Everybody can ask Roger Goodell, and he's speaking today. It's weird. They usually have these things later in the week, but
get this out of the way.
The state of the league is on Monday.
Yeah, you want to do this now?
He could say, I'm going to get rid of the guy. He's got to force to sell the team, but he could say those things, but if he legally can't do that, then he can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't say something that you're going to do and then not do it. So I'm sure he's going to dance around it, and more information has to be found out. But from what we know, sounds like a bad guy, associated with an even worse guy, and he should be extracted out of the NFL. I just don't know what legal means Roger Goodell or John Mara or anybody have to make that happen. He's already denied the relationship being that deep.
Yeah.
It would be ugly. The whole thing would be very complicated. It wouldn't go smoothly. It would be challenging. And, of course, you're in a situation now where
you know what else it does, too?
Maras are dealing with what they're dealing with.
That's right.
It's a lot.
But you know what else it does, too, Peter? It draws more attention to it. What you want, and what the NFL wants, which is why Goodell's talking now instead of later in the week, is for it to go away. It just goes away. And you have John Harbaugh. You want to have a successful season. Tisch just stays quiet. You don't get a lot out of him, right? And it just goes away. That's what you want. That's what they want. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but all he's done, it's a morality issue. It is not a legal issue. Not right now.
Yeah,
not unless anything more comes out that then can be condemned. But right now, it's just simply a morality issue.
But like I said with Woody Johnson,
and the NFL had an owner who had a drug problem. Hersey, like that was well known, and they had to get him help and all that. Like so.
But let me ask you this: what did Don Sterling do illegal that got the NBA to force him to sell the Clippers?
Yeah, because that was right. That was beyond morality. That went another level. His players wouldn't play like that.
Understood, but the owners did he break any laws?
No, but the owners decided you're no longer fit to be an owner in this league.
Maybe that's
no way NFL owners, because others will be. There's no way he's the only NFL owner.
Now you hit on something because the NFL, because we talked about it with Woody Johnson. Like, why can't they say, Woody, you don't know what you're doing? It's bad look for the NFL to have an owner who doesn't know what he's doing, sell the team.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that. He didn't do anything illegal. It's not illegal to not be good at football. But if Woody Johnson tried to buy the team now, they'd probably be like, I don't think you're fit to be the owner. But once you join the club, now they got to get everybody to vote to get you out, which I would think in a moral world, if all the other owners are clean, they'd have no trouble booting Steve Tisch out. That's the way that the NBA owners had no problem
you're a bad
booting
look
Donald
for
Sterling
our league.
out.
You should go.
But how many of these owners are shaking in their boots because they're afraid I might be on that list? Or there might be an email somewhere that I forgot that I shot out back in 2010 that's going to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
It's
Can we file it all under not what you want?
I think that's a definite not what you want file.
All right, here is the statement.
NFL?
Jordan Ronan sent this. The NFL's public statement on Steve Tisch and the Epstein files.
Here we go.
The league is aware of the reports and Steve's response. Our office will look into the matter to understand the facts.
Oh, my God.
They got to drag their feet.
That literally is a statement that they make, and you just fill in the blank of whoever it's about, because that is a blanket statement that they put out whenever something happens that they need to spend more time looking into.
But
there's no statement there.
Right, but the thing is,
We're looking
where I
into
can
it.
back
Thank you.
Roger Goodell is that you make some big-time statement, and then tomorrow somebody else's name comes out. And then, so it's almost like, hey, we're waiting on more information because the whole world's waiting on more information.
Yeah.
This thing is all trickling down so slowly. It's one thing if all the files were released and this is it. This is what we have.
I'll tell you what, though. Considering Tisch does nothing with football, the rest of the organization must be pounding their fists right now.
Of course.
We just got John Harbaugh.
Yep.
We got our quarterback, we think. We are turning this thing the right way.
This is supposed to be good karma.
And the yo-yo,
Yeah.
who doesn't have anything to do with what we do, is now going to potentially put a dark cloud over this whole thing.
Yeah, there's frustration to that. But I still think there's this idea of the further away we get from this and it starts to go away, and then we start doing things that on the field that look good, people will talk more about that and less about this. But if you lose, they'll talk more about Tisch.
Well, you got to hope they're not talking about
that.
Remember, the Koch
winning
family
is the best deodorant.
And it's not like you wouldn't be able to find a buyer. The Koch family bought 10% for $1 billion. I'm sure they could pick up the other 45%. But the problem with that, is that all of a sudden John Mara becomes a minority owner.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Now, here's the other question, and then again, I don't want this to become a big thing because we are a sports show, but we also didn't want to ignore it either because it's one of the biggest teams in the market, and it's a huge, huge story. Does John Harbaugh take this job if this story breaks before he makes his decision? Or do you think because he's not the football guy?
Based on what I can tell, I don't know if John Harbaugh cares much about the Epstein file.
I honestly, Don, I don't think this is on his radar.
I probably agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, it might be on his radar, but hey,
no, I
he's
mean
a non-football guy. I'm talking to John Mara. Respect him. Respect the organization. This does not necessarily reflect poorly on the football aspect of the team.
No.
But it's still ugly, could get uglier. And like you said, another name might come out tomorrow, and all of a sudden we forget all
now
about
you got
it.
Another owner. Right, that's if you're the NFL.
Another owner or another league or another, whatever. Because it's crazy.
It is.
1-800-919-3776. The NFL Binge is next. More of your calls. We got ENN as well coming up at 6. Don on and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
That could be the thought process here behind the defensive coordinator thing. You know, Aaron Glenn did this job once upon a time. I've realized this is probably my last shot because I can't survive another 3-win season. Hell, I might not even survive a 5-win season. So if I'm going down doing it my way to the best of my ability, which means I'm a defensive guy. I'm going to call the defense.
The Dan Graca Show. Weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming, Inc.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday night at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. It's a rough ride on the outbound Gowanus in Brooklyn. First by the Prospect, a crash in the left lane. After that, a broken down car in the right lane by 39th. A long line of brake lights go back onto the westbound BQE from the LIE in Queens. Worst of it's the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. You're crawling from the Bronx River Parkway on through. They picked up that accident by Jerome, but now we've got a broken down tractor trailer underneath the apartments on the approach for the upper deck. Inbound George, no issues at all for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride about 5 to 10. Outbound Hahn going to run you 20 to 30. And once you're on the Jersey side, still want to avoid the outbound Skyway, a crash in the left lane on top of the Hackensack River. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is...
We're going to rub football all over ourselves today.
I did consume a lot of football back in the day, pre-kids, in my underwear.
The NFL Binge.
You watching every game, buddy? Are you watching? You bet your ace. Back from Riyadh and shot out of a cannon.
God.
Like you dream about, folks.
I thought about you last night, Pete.
What? Okay, go ahead.
Wow.
Take me through it.
Dreams.
All right.
Were you sleeping on your back?
When dreaming about Peter always.
All right. What'd you think?
The outdoor game in Tampa, the Lightning and the Bruins, they had the segment of the players being mic'd up, and it sounded just like when we mocked it in the NFL.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Because there was like the goalie fight.
That's good stuff right there. Thanks.
Like every one of them. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see
when
the mic'd up. I saw the fight.
Yeah, I just used to joke that when they'd be excited and show you mic'd up, all you hear is people going, "Hey!"
Oh, yeah.
We have it, Jacob, don't we?
Yeah.
What, we have the impression of it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, go!
That's what mic'd up sounds like, folks.
It does.
Just being honest with you. They hype you up that you're going to really like it. I'm like, that was it?
You hear the ball snap and you just hear.
And even when they joke with each other, you're like, I don't understand what they're saying. But they turn into Cajun Don?
4 to 6. Why? Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get to it. The Las Vegas Raiders are expected to hire Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak as their next head coach after the Super Bowl, according to Big Shefty. A deal between Kubiak and the Raiders cannot be finalized until after the Super Bowl, in which the Seahawks will play the Patriots, if you didn't know, next Sunday. So that's a move for the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Carroll, no more, so see where they go there.
Now what do they do at quarterback?
Oh, well.
There's some speculation.
Well, you don't think they'll draft Mendoza?
I mean, they should, right?
I think that's probably what you got to do.
And then what, though? Because you have Geno.
I think you move on.
I think you find a way to move.
No, but
do you keep him though and have him remove it?
You need a little insurance, don't you?
Well, I think Geno. I think the smarter move is keep someone like Geno, and have him work with Mendoza, and that's a nice little quarterback.
And I would think after the season Geno had, he'd be cool with that.
He'd understand.
I think he'd understand.
Listen. These guys are all super competitive, and they all think like,
oh, he don't want to give it away.
You don't want to give it away, but like. I imagine Geno has to think the last few years were bonus he did not expect at some point.
I completely agree.
But they don't.
The
They all
Seattle
think,
experience for him was like a rebirth.
yeah, but like all these guys believe that they're going to do it, so I never know if it's true.
It's true.
You know, we got Sam Darnold staring at the Super Bowl, so.
Yeah.
The Arizona Cardinals have hired Mike LaFleur. Remember him, kids?
Sure.
As their new head coach.
Failed offensive coordinator in New York.
Failing with the Jets is something you put in the pro column.
Yeah, but then you go
failed up.
You go to the Rams.
Then you learn.
Yeah. So the Rams offensive coordinator now a 5-year contract.
How old is he now? 20?
With the Cardinals. He's like 15 years old. Let's hear from Jeremy Fowler on these hires. Also, let's keep that for now.
Right,
here's Fowler on those two coaching jobs.
We knew that Kubiak, if he decided that he was comfortable with the Raiders and the Raiders decided that they wanted to move forward with him, that they would probably have to wait. Well, they would have to wait until after the Super Bowl to finalize anything. So it would have been more of a handshake agreement, wink, wink, and then nobody would really confirm that it's moving that way until after. But the wild card was Arizona. Would they continue to wait it out or would they just hire somebody on the spot today? So they decided for the latter. It was really pretty clear that Mike LaFleur of the Rams was the next option for them. They wanted to go offense. Both teams did. That was pretty clear, just considering their quarterback situation, the uncertainty there on that side of the ball. They had to get moving with a young, exciting offensive mind that can kind of help them balance everything.
Well, now you have two sets of brothers head coaches in the league now.
And there's a connection. Of course, you got LaFleur went out to L.A. to be with McVay.
To get right.
McVay had been with LaFleur's brother in Washington. He was part of that tree that was LaFleur, McVay, Shanahan.
That's all the Shanahan.
All the Shanahan tree.
Right? That starts with the Shanahan tree.
None of it ended up in Washington.
Yeah.
But
that's why I'm hoping David Blow is the new version.
There you go. Blow. But basically the Jets are like the donut in the on deck circle. Just makes every other job that much easier.
I had a different metaphor that Peter finally came around to.
It fits the same way the donut does.
No.
But you slide it on the same way.
Right.
And it's useless when you really need to actually do something.
But I think your analogy is broken.
It is.
Yeah.
It broke.
It is definitely broken. But can we say then that Zach Wilson was just not a good quarterback?
You familiar with the work of David Blow?
I think it's official.
Because LaFleur, if you remember, was Mike White actually looked functional.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
No, Wilson was bad.
So it had to just be that. It had to be as simple as Zach Wilson just not
good.
No, in the case of Zach, he was just bad.
I think the Jets broke Darnold.
Yes.
I think
Wilson broke the Jets.
Right. They didn't know what to do with Sanchez. Like he was a necessary evil at the time because they were winning, but I don't think they really helped his career at all either.
No.
I wouldn't say they broke him, but they certainly didn't help him.
Now, next up on the carousel, the old coordinators go become head coaches, which makes room for new coordinators. So bring in a former head coach.
What do we got?
We have, obviously, San Francisco lost their DC.
So
because Bob Saleh went.
Morris.
Show me Raheem Morris,
Yes.
the former head coach, now heading into San Francisco to take on the DC. By the way, he's another. And he's one of those guys that I don't know how I feel about him as a head coach. You get a chance for him at DC,
very good.
No problem.
Yep.
Done deal.
Yep.
So he heads into San Francisco, where I'm sure he'll be a great fit on that side of the ball. Is he a Hofstra guy?
Yeah.
Now, here's some interesting stuff. Justin Jefferson talking to USA Today Sports on how this season would have been different if the Vikings had held on to Sam Darnold.
I mean, everyone knows the difficulty of the quarterback position this year, of how we was dealt it. But of course, having a quarterback that's already had the season under his belt with us, knew the plays, knew the playbook, knew the players, of course, throwing to me, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, all of these guys. I definitely felt like we would have done better, but, it is what it is. It's on to new and better things. But I'm definitely happy and proud for him that he was able to reach it this year.
Oh, boy. Don't know how your quarterback would feel about that, though.
JJ.
Young JJ.
Shading JJ.
J-Mac, if you will.
Is he, though?
Is he shading him?
Yeah.
I mean, he tried to do it nicely.
I think, yeah.
But also, we got to be realistic. I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't say anything at all. But at the same time, Justin Jefferson is one of the best receivers in football. Sorry, JJ. You might have to sit there and listen as this target you have, who can make you a much better player, is telling you, yeah, I would have been really good with the guy who won 14 games on 2 different teams the last 2 years. But sorry, it is what it is.
But to me, it's so stark, the difference, that by not answering the question, you're answering the question. So any other answer would be disingenuous, right?
Right.
And JJ's got to understand that. You know what? Use it as motivation to be better.
Of course.
And obviously he cares about you enough that he didn't bury you.
No.
He just remember,
throughout the season, Jefferson, I believe, if I remember correct, we've done a lot of binges, was sticking up for McCarthy.
Yeah.
Like he was
both could be true.
He's our guy. He's like they do believe in him.
Well, here's
the man invented the gritty. He does whatever he wants. All right?
Here's what it comes down to. All these coaches who think that they're quarterback whisperers, they go, well, why should I pay the guy? I'll just get the guy that's making nothing and make him great. Well, unfortunately, he got hurt, and he's a younger kid, and he's got more work to do. McCarthy may turn out to be the better quarterback. And they might get it right.
He could.
Remember, he won the job as a rookie in camp.
Yes.
We don't know what that season would have looked like.
And then got hurt.
If he doesn't blow out his ACL. But he won the job. And Kevin O'Connell, he's thought to be a quarterback whisperer. What he's done with any quarterback that's come through there, Kirk Cousins, all of them have come through. They've all played well. So the sense had to be, well, McCarthy's his guy. He's already spent time with him. He already picked him to be the starting quarterback. Everything should be fine. But it was reasonable when they did what they did.
But it's also a little bit of arrogance. It's like, hey, just give me whatever quarterback. I'll make it.
I'm having a thought right now that's hitting my cerebral, my cortex, the stem, if you will.
Oh.
Why are the Vikings, the modern era Vikings, meaning the ones who I'm familiar with, the last 30 years or whatever,
Joe Cap Vikings.
Why are they always a team that does well when they get like the mercenary quarterback? Their own quarterbacks always suck.
It's so.
They go get Cunningham. They go get Cunningham.
They always have great receivers. And
Kirk Cousins comes in from Washington. Boom. Sam Darnold for a year. Boom. Everything else. Christian Ponder, Dante Culpepper. Everyone else they
went to the playoffs with Jim McMahon.
I forgot about that. So, isn't it weird? And Culpepper, I don't want to besmirch him. He had a couple of good years.
You can besmirch.
But it didn't work out in the end. I feel like everyone else they bring in when they're their guy. Who's the other dude again? Tavares Jackson.
Wow.
That's a good pull. Strange pull. That is a strange
pull.
Tavares Jackson is definitely one that we didn't expect.
It took a minute. I had to think hard.
That's you know what? Make that a drop. For all those yo-yo. Why is he on the show? You know anything about
Who else
sports?
is pulling?
Listen.
How did you pull DeVar's? Like, that's
really, I'm not pulling.
I've been watching football 40 years. 40.
And I've been watching football longer than you.
Yeah.
And you didn't know Tavares Jackson?
No, I knew I wouldn't have pulled it. He pulled it.
I worked. You know what? Maybe it's because
If
I'm
you told
sleepy.
me Tavares Jackson 5 or Minnesota Vikings, I
Right.
might have gone Jackson.
You got Jackson 5. Randy, Jermaine,
Sure.
Tavares.
Yeah.
That
All
is
right, guys,
such
good-
a no.
good-
Seriously,
well,
man.
thank you,
Very
thank
good
you.
pull.
The NFL will play a regular season game in Paris for the first time in
Oui, oui.
2026.
Don't
Don's
care.
going. He's putting on his beret. How much would you pay? Should we chip in? Alan, what could we pitch in to make, because Nancy is not a big traveler, to force the LaGrecas to go as a family trip? It's like the movie Vacation. They're all wearing the berets. You know what I mean? What would you pay?
He's at the Eiffel Tower.
They're at the Eiffel Tower.
I'm stuck in the circle. I can't see it.
I would
Big Ben
dream.
Parliament.
It's going down.
Who's the Eric Idle I keep running over?
It's great.
It will be in France's national stadium next season.
Don't care.
Who's playing?
They don't. New Orleans.
Jacksonville.
They know New Orleans is playing.
Well, that makes sense.
That's
Fleur
right.
de Lis.
That's
Jets,
right.
Jacksonville. How about that?
Well, no, the
No,
Saints
that's
are already
London.
there.
Well, the Saints are already. They'll play Jacksonville. Listen, would I like to go to France? I like football, but at this point, all right, it's on my TV. What does it matter where it's being played?
Well, that's the thing. If you want to take a trip to France,
That's your reason.
take a trip to France.
Mm-hmm.
If your team happened to be playing, I could see. But then here's the thing: do I really want my trip to? When I go to experience the culture that is France, and I happen to really like France and enjoy. You know, I was there all summer practically. It's a vibe. Do I want to mix it with my yo-yo American football? Like, I don't know that I need it all together. It's the same way I feel about, certain things. Everyone tells me, Hustler Club has a great steak. But that's not what I need if I go to Hustler Club.
No, but it
I'm
doesn't
going to see
hurt.
something else.
But there is something to the fact that you go to France and one of the nights for dinner you went to a Chili's.
That's right. That's what this is. Going to see football is like going to
what that
Chili's.
is?
Like, oh, come on.
But what do you mean? I go to Chili's. You get. Is that the one with the 2 for $20?
Yeah.
No,
it
I'm
used to
not.
be.
It's not.
Probably
It's
2 for
not
40.
being critical of Chili's. I can go to Chili's anytime when I'm back in the States, anywhere.
It's going to Burger King in Tokyo. It doesn't make sense, right?
No,
I get it.
that actually makes more sense.
What?
Yes, because
Is
in
it better
Tokyo,
there?
well, no. At least if you're in Tokyo, you might be thinking, I'm not up for like sushi or raw fish right now, and I'm not in the mood for noodles. I don't know where to go. I just want Burger King. But in France,
Royale with cheese.
yeah, in France, you got everything you want. It's all there for you. You don't need American. I would personally rather get to go to a real like French soccer game if I'm in France.
When
That's
in Rome,
interesting,
kind of, or when in
right?
France.
Yeah.
Now it's interesting that Pulp Fiction actually saw the future, because the other part of that scene is you can go to the movie theater and get a glass of beer. So I'm not talking about a glass of beer. You can get beer now at the theater.
Yeah,
they saw the future.
Yep.
A lot of theaters have the brewskis now. They got to do anything to get you in the theater.
True.
ESPN's purchase of NFL Network and other league digital assets has been finalized.
Oh, wow.
The NFL and ESPN officially announced the closing of the deal Saturday night after the Justice Department and other non-U.S. antitrust authorities completed their reviews.
When does it begin?
So I guess next year, right? I think it's time.
Season?
I think so.
They have
I
programming.
think this was the last season.
No, not that this will ever happen, unfortunately.
Why?
You just don't seem to be on their radar.
All right.
But of all the talent on ESPN New York, who do you think is best fit to do Red Zone?
Football! Yes, football! They're playing football!
Well,
that sounded like me, is what you're saying.
So you've got, Dave and Rick.
It's
well, not yet. Rick's out. Sorry, respectfully. No, I love Rick. It's not gonna be Rick. You're getting a former hockey player.
Well, I wanted to name everybody.
Dave
and
doing it
Dave doing would be
he'd be naked.
Yeah, but he'd be naked, and also
With a
when the
diaper on.
Giants play, he wouldn't switch games.
Yeah, he wouldn't even
So
talk.
it's over. He goes. I'm good. I'm just
Right.
watching the Giant game.
Right. Wouldn't bring you to other games.
Well,
Unless there's
I
a
don't.
commercial
I
in
never
the
think
Giant
the
game.
host controls what games is on the screen. But what could happen is they're going to be showing you the Charger Falcon game, and he'll be screaming about something happening in the Giant game.
Right, no matter-
which
I
makes
don't-
no
I
sense.
don't think it works
But
that
I
way.
think Dave's a candidate. And you
Okay.
got Bart and Carlin. I think Carlin's certainly.
I mean,
the Rosa Parks of Giants football.
I don't think either of them. Well, Carlin's already got a gig. He's out. He's national radio for ESPN.
Yeah, he's
Can't
too
do
big
it.
now.
I think he would give it up for Red Zone.
Too big.
He has called
He's never
NFL touchdowns, game-winning field
Oh,
goals.
not to mention the Rutgers game, the legendary Rutgers game.
Right.
What's the nickname for
Pandemonium and Piscataway.
Yeah, the Pandemonium Piscataway. The man's done a lot of great things.
But
what is wrong with you two?
Listen, for the Rogue Sunday in Indianapolis, to do Red Zone full time, I think Carlin would do it, and I think
he does more than a Rogue Sunday. You make him sound like Mark Sanchez. No. The man does more than have Rogue Sundays in Indianapolis. For God's sake,
I think Carlin's a candidate. I think Michael would do a good job. No, I don't think he has the passion for football, but he can do play-by-play.
Straight hours sitting in that chair.
Yeah, I would take me over Michael K for sure.
Well, I didn't rule you out either.
Yeah, thank you. I put me over.
I haven't gotten to the afternoon drive yet.
Oh, we're getting there.
Now, of the three of us, I think you'd be perfect.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'd enjoy that gig. I like watching all the football.
I think Grossa would do a good job.
Grossa would do very well as well. I think they're going to keep with the guy they have.
Well, I'm just asking.
He's got a hell of a
Stephen A. Smith.
I don't think Stephen's the fit for it.
All right. You said it. I did.
He enjoys football, but they'd have to shut down the whole network to get Stephen A's salary in there to fit that through the door. Okay. All right, that will do it for your NFL binge, folks. Last where there's football being played still for this year.
That's it. We've got lots to do. 1-800-919-3776. Also at 6 o'clock, we got ENN. It's a full vehicle today, taking out till 7 o'clock on ESPN New York.
22nd ranked St. John's looks to remain perfect on the road when they visit DePaul. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player in the big game to score the first touchdown, but his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the big game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line with BetMGM's Second Chance. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Bouquet Company every time. Bouquet delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouquet's flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouquet's makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouquet's has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Books.com, use my promo code Canty for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
This is the song that was done at the Grammys last night in honor of the passing of Ozzy Osbourne.
Post Malone, I'm telling you, he did live. He was really good. Like into it, hit every note, had a little falsetto going. It was very good.
I mean,
very good.
I take a lot of pride in moments like that as a metal fan because metal's like the hockey of music, where it's got such a passionate fan base, but a lot of times is ignored by the mainstream music. But Ozzy was just too gargantuan to ignore.
Right.
But I remember when Metallica played the Grammys, I guess it was like 1989. They performed one live, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a metal band playing at the Grammys.
Yeah.
You know, and it's grown. So it's always cool that it's acknowledged and that it is more popular than people give it credit for, even though a lot of radio stations wouldn't play it for a long time. So for the Grammys to acknowledge the passing of Ozzy Osbourne, they had to do it. It's Ozzy Osbourne.
You know, the wife was there, the kids were there.
Like, the whole family was there. That was a cool moment.
That was great.
Speaking of family, congratulations to my brother, David LaGreca. I'm going through social media, and the Barrett Media Top 20 national sports shows were announced, and my brother's Busted Open show is number 15.
Look at that. Look at that.
So, and that's not nothing, right? Because that's wrestling. And to get acknowledged as a legit
as
sports
a national show, despite being
no, that is pretty cool.
And also,
cool.
Can't hold those LaGrecas down, man.
Congratulations to our colleagues as unsportsmanlike, number 10.
There you go.
Good job, all those.
This is national stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Evan Cohen, right? Smallman, Chris Canty.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
Squad.
They work very hard on that show.
They bet your ace they do.
They have been building that and
the other ESPN shows that obviously you can catch on 1050. The Paul Feinbaum show, of course, was ranked number 7.
Just for the callers.
Unsportsmanlike was 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Freddie and Harry was 13.
Wow. Good on them.
Look at that.
Love Freddie. Harry, too, of course.
And that
Harry
does
Douglas.
it for ESPN. And other ESPN personalities like Rich Eisen and Stephen A. Smith on satellite radio. So congratulations to those that made the list. Also, friends of the show, Mad Dog came in number 3.
What was the number 1 national show?
The number 1 national show was Dan Patrick, also friend of the show. The Herd, Colin Cowherd was 2. Rich Eisen was 4. And also, a buddy of mine I've known for a long time. You've known him too, Adam Shine.
Yep.
Shine on Sports, 6.
Look at that.
You're talking about passionate.
Yeah.
He could do Red Zone.
Sean?
He
already kind of does. I mean, he does the updates.
The NFL,
well, no, he does the updates for CBS on
CBS.
Sunday.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like just the 8 straight hours of just bouncing from game to game. He could do it easy.
Yeah.
He wakes up caffeinated.
Yeah, he's a high energy guy.
Yeah, high energy guy.
Adam Sean.
Love him.
All right, let's get back to the busy phones, and let's talk to Ryan in Oceanside. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Ryan?
Wow, I thought I was on the pay no more list.
No, there's a lot going on.
We had the binge.
I'm just glad I don't have to follow the Epstein list talk. That's all I'm glad. Long time. This is the first time I actually got through.
Wow.
I guess my take is for Alan. Is it more that Cat doesn't like the system, that he doesn't know what his role is? And what I've noticed more, I guess, in the last 20, 25 games or so, it looks like he doesn't like the fact that he doesn't get started. Like he's out in the first 6 minutes. When he gets those 2 ticky-tack fouls and he's taken out early, I get. But it looks like he's frustrated coming out of the game so early in the first quarter.
All right. So that's a part of the rotation that they've agreed to go with, where and I think he did that last year. If Brunson gets the first quarter, Cat starts the second quarter, and that's his time. He's like the main piece in that time. Him and Kolek, by the way, things are starting to happen there. Some chemistry's happening. Kolek's looking for him, which is I think that's what he needs, somebody to find him, get him open, get him going. I don't know what it is. I've tried to figure it out. I've told you about the finger on the shooting hand. I think that's affected him. But everything else for him, I think, is a frustration of just comfort. They've been working on it and working on it and working on it. But I'd be making it up if I tried to pretend to tell you what I think it exactly is. Mm-hmm. He just, from day one this season, just has never really been completely happy. And he's a pretty happy guy. And I've tried to ask him about it. I've talked to him about it. I've actually told him one time in December, he was telling me about, how he had a bad shooting night. And I just said, but your numbers in December are off the charts. And I gave him his numbers.
Okay.
And he's like, that's below my standard.
Oh. Well.
And I was like, but that's a really good standard. It just feels like he's finding reasons to not be happy, right? And so they got to get him right.
And maybe it'll be better after the deadline
Maybe.
when he knows he's still here.
Yeah.
Let's go to Scott in Nanuet. You're on ESPN New York. Hello, Scott.
Drop something on you.
What's
I'm
up?
here. I'm here.
Hey there, buddy.
Yeah, I wanted to drop a little fact on you, but I'm going to ask a question. Do you know who won the first Grammy for Best Metal Performance?
I believe that same year I was talking about it, I think, did they give it to Jethro Tull?
Yes, they did, which is absolutely hilarious when you think about it.
I know, it was the hard
It's a great
rock,
pull.
and they had never won a Grammy, so they figured let's throw them this one. But yeah, that was I was not happy that night.
The Grammys are very slow to figure things out. They move at a glacier-like pace. So, but I just thought I'd drop that in since you're talking about metal and stuff.
And that was the night that Metallica performed one, and they were up for a Grammy, but they weren't going to give it to this death metal band.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if anybody's familiar with the song "One" from Justice for All, you know the song.
I'm sure I would if I heard it.
Song's like 8 minutes long.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in total rock and roll fashion, they're told you got to edit the song. Metallica doesn't want to do it. It's a great song, and they didn't want to edit anything. I get that. I wrote a song. I get to perform it on national television. I want to be able to perform those songs. Can't do it. So what's the rock and roll thing to do?
Do what you want.
No, they cut it down to 4 minutes and swore.
Oh yeah, I remember you.
So instead of cut this life out from me, it was cut this SH out from me. So they got their.
That was their get back.
The real money, and I forget the songs. I'll look them up later on. Was Elvis Costello on Saturday Night Live, where they were told, don't do the song. Mm-hmm. You can't do that song. Mm-hmm. Did the song. It's alive.
Yeah.
They weren't going to pull the plug. That's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Just going for it. that is how you do it. If you're going to do it, just do it.
2 of the biggest coaches in New York today were on this radio station this weekend and today.
Wow.
We're going to go over that. And I bet you, Peter, you couldn't guess the 2 coaches.
I bet I could, and I bet I'll do it on FanDuel. Last call for football. FanDuel's got a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% off profit boost on passing yards, over, under, and alternate passing yards. So maybe you want to consider the under for Drake May with a little shoulder situation going on over there. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel's giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. It's a solid ride on the Belt's eastbound, trying to leave Brooklyn and head into Queens. Just picked up a car fire over by Cross Bay Boulevard. Still backed up there to Flatbush Avenue, heading over to JFK. Stopping a ride on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Long line of brake lights from the Verrazano on through. Best ride to the outbound George Henry Hudson. Second choice southbound Deegan. Some pockets of slowdowns from the Mosholu on down. Inbound George, no issues at all for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride about 5 to 10, but getting word of a crash on the Jersey side on the outbound Helix, so that's going to change. Outbound Helena running at 20 to 30, and then we still have that collision on the outbound Skyway. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice-proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, boys,
It's
time. All right. Just one game tonight. Islanders visiting the Capitals in Washington at 7. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. All right, as I mentioned, two of the biggest coaches, I guess coach and manager, back on Saturday, our very own Gary Myers did his show, noon to 3, I believe it is, on Saturdays here on ESPN New York. Had John Harbaugh on. And earlier today on TMKS, Michael Kay had Aaron Boone. You realize Aaron Boone left today to go down to Florida for spring training?
He left today?
He left today.
Why wouldn't he have left before the storm came? Just to avoid the storm.
Well,
what do you mean, from last week?
Yeah.
He has to be there for a long time. You don't want to rush. He's leaving his kids. You know?
Fair.
Kids are in school.
I'm just saying.
He'll get plenty of time in Florida. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, there'll be lots of time.
All day Boone.
Although it's not that great down there right now. It's like been.
I heard. It's been freezing.
In the 20s at night.
Well, the thing, watching the Lightning Bruin game in Tampa.
Stadium Series.
And you could see their breath. I looked, it was 39 degrees at faceoff in Tampa, Florida.
I was hearing that from people in Saudi because a lot of WWE people live in Florida, and they were saying 30s in Orlando and 20s.
Flurries, snow flurries.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, there's something going on, guys. Next week we finally get over 32 in the forecast as our high. I think next Tuesday.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Rink is going to start melting.
And it still won't be enough.
Skated all weekend.
There's no rain in the forecast to melt this damn snow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, well, you're living a different life out there. I'm living in hell.
You understand how incredible it is? There are ice boats out in like Shinnecock. Like it's unreal what you're seeing. Great South Bay.
What's an ice boat?
Well, it's a boat that has like rails on it, and it still has a sail, and it just glides along the ice.
You know about this?
Thus,
No,
ice
never heard of
boat.
it. You know what he might be making it up. If he just told me April Fools, I'd be like, all right, you got it.
But it's February. It's Groundhog's Day.
What
and
happened?
Six more weeks. Of course.
Is that according to
Both
Phil
of
or
them.
Chuck?
Both of them.
Phil,
Staten
Chuck.
Island Chuck, and Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah.
Both.
And
So
there's
they're
two
shouting.
other ones too.
Did you guys see the graphic of Phil over in Pennsylvania's hit rate?
Oh, it's way Phil. No.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Chuck's crushing Phil.
Yeah, Hall of Famer in baseball. He's shooting 38%.
Yeah, baseball.
Well,
exactly.
from 3, that's pretty good.
Well, but why are we listening to the rodent then?
No, you don't listen. listen to Chuck.
This
is the new.
I don't trust him either.
What's Chuck's number?
Way better. But the new.
Do we have any
remember
stats
this
on
is
Chuck?
new Chuck because De Blasio killed old Chuck.
He killed him?
You don't remember that?
Well, no,
What
he
hap-
bit
wait,
him.
What happened?
No. Well, De Blasio didn't bite Chuck.
No. Chuck bit de Blasio.
And then he bit him. And
we all wanted to get a turn.
And De Blasio dropped Chuck.
Oh no!
And he died.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
Well,
horrible.
Yeah, I don't want to blow up either.
And De Blasio's tall. That's a tall drink of water.
Just-
so if you drop him,
Just imagine that wasn't the worst thing that happened while he was.
Yeah, that well, it was upsetting though.
I have the numbers, by the way.
Go ahead.
Punxsutawney Phil, 35%.
Not good.
Staten Island Chuck, 85%.
See,
that's very good.
Look at that.
Punxsutawney Phil, of course, the National Weather Service, prognosticating since 1887, right before the TMK show started.
That is a very old groundhog.
Malvern Mel.
55%. I'll take that.
And Holtzville Hal.
No, Holtzville Hal
is one of two.
Right.
Yeah,
Where's
Hal's
Holtzville
new.
Hal?
That's how
Holtzville.
I grew up in near there.
That's a real place?
It's a real place, right next to Ronkonkoma.
Good for
It
Holtzville.
pains me to blow up all their spots, but
it's yo-yo.
It's yo-yo.
Is it yo-yo?
Because nobody's been able to explain to me whether the groundhog sees his shadow or not, how the groundhog is supposed to then speak it to the person that then can announce it. Because the last I checked, these animals can't speak.
No, they go they go back in. I
am going to just go into the assumption that it's all made up.
How
so
dare
have fun with it. All right?
It's been going on
but
since
it's going to be cold.
1886.
Yeah, and since 1886, winter ends when it ends. Not because a groundhog tells you anything, okay?
Well, take the
I
fun
understand
out of
winter. No, because it is no fun.
It's
Because the
fun.
fact that this gets treated as a legitimate thing makes me sick. Now, do I want to watch the news and hear about who got stabbed, who got shot, who died in their sleep? No, I don't.
This is
But I
fun.
also needed a graphic of what Punxsutawney Phil had to say. Don't care. Hell of a movie with Bill Murray.
You wouldn't have
Hell
the
of a movie.
There wouldn't be a movie.
But this is a reindeer game
You
that
understand
is not fun, remotely entertaining, and colossally stupid.
See, there would be no movie if this wasn't a great thing. Now you have the movie. It goes with it. It's all part of Americana.
Can somebody in this room agree with me?
That it's yo-yo?
Yes.
It's completely yo-yo.
All right, thank you.
How could it not be
Well,
yo-yo?
we didn't say it wasn't yo-yo.
That doesn't mean I want to kill Chuck or
I don't want to kill any animal. I don't want it to be
Hal
a
or
thing.
Mel.
He wants to vote against
The
this
people
being
are
a
sitting
national
there.
thing.
It's 4 degrees outside, and then a groundhog magically tells somebody that we're going to get an early spring, and then it happens, and I get excited. Then I'm a mental patient.
Well, we need this in
No, we
early
don't. Yeah, we
February.
need it just to.
We
to
need
get
to feel like
just
the end
get
is
to
near.
April. Okay.
Well,
People just want days to have.
6 weeks means
why.
mid-March. That's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
Well, and by the way,
winter sucks.
It's
I
usually,
get it.
and it's usually worse than that. It's not more 6 weeks. It's really
We've had snow in April.
It's 8 weeks. It's 9 weeks
generally.
It's right now. I just shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the apartment dwellers in the 5 boroughs.
You won't see your
tough,
car until
It's
April.
tough living right now. Like I know New York City is New York City, but no matter it's just not great being in the city right now. It's nasty. Walking everywhere is gross. I took the train to and fro twice today. I went downtown at 7 a.m. to do our show. Ibra, Laura, Rosenberg. We had our first live show in our studio that we built.
Okay.
A lot of some people saying
not as nice as this.
Some people saying it's the nicest studio I work in.
I don't know. No.
But if you want to check it out, it's up. But I went downtown once, and then I went downtown again to do our show. It is not a great time to be out and about in the city. It's just nasty.
No, it's rough. But we'll get
dirty, urine, snow. Like on my block where everyone has a dog, it's the yellow.
Great piece of advice from Frank Zappa.
Pretty much my whole backyard.
But don't worry about it. Pretty soon we'll be sitting here going, it's 100 degrees today. My God, it's stifling. You can't even breathe.
On the roof.
Oh, when do we get to go on the roof?
Go on the roof.
I have to tell you though, guys. I don't think it ever gets worse than the last couple of weeks. Even in the dead of summer, if your air conditioning's working, I would always prefer that. I'd rather go outside and have it be sweaty when I'm moving around than tonight when I walk to the train again. Every walk is just miserable.
And also the fact that, we're very fortunate enough to have jobs where we have to travel, and it's never going to it's too hot to travel.
Right.
But you get this weather, and then it could really, mess things up as far as trying to get where you need to get to and all that stuff. But we'll survive it, and we'll survive it together. All right. I'll leave it up to you guys. John Harbaugh with Gary, Aaron Boone with Michael. Where do you want to start?
Let's get some Harbaugh.
Oh, I like it.
Harbaugh.
This was back on Saturday. Gary Myers with the new head coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh. Can this team turn it around next season, a la New England?
Of course, we believe that, like I said, when you work hard, man. We build something. We go into a game. We expect to win the game. We believe we're going to win the game, and we're planning on winning the game. And that's going to be for every single game, and we may win every single game. And that's you never are going to ever for 1 second forfeit that opportunity to do that. But are we saying it's going to be easy? That's not a prediction. You're not saying that's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to be working to make happen. And now the responsibility, you got to go fight, man. You got to go compete. You got to go play a football game and try to find a way to win the game. So obviously, to your point, Gary, it can be done. It was just done this last year. It's been done every year. So that's it's time for us to be the team to do it.
Well, not only happened in New England, it happened in Chicago.
Yeah, I think that's what he's referencing, which is what I've been saying. Why Giants fans should have hope.
Now, Super Bowl, that's a lot. But if I can get 8-9 wins, be playing meaningful games in December, sneak into a wild card, I'd be very.
But would you
happy
take what Chicago had? Would you
I would take
that?
what Chicago has.
Right?
Absolutely.
They didn't. It wasn't perfect.
Oh,
right?
you take that in a heartbeat.
But you take it if you're the Giants.
The reason Chicago is more relatable. New England came into the season having to really be concerned about one team, that's Buffalo.
Yep.
Where Chicago, well, nobody had Chicago on their radar, right? Minnesota won 13 games the year before.
Detroit.
Everybody was picking Green Bay to win after they made the trade with the Cowboys. Detroit was the gold standard for the last few years going in to this season, and then they end up rising above all of them and then beating Green Bay, in the postseason. So Chicago is, I think, more relatable, and we'll see if they're going to be able to do it.
Really almost won that game.
Does losing Todd Monken set you back?
It sets us back from a time standpoint for sure, because we were kind of counting on that, and we had to wait longer than we would have wanted to. I wish they decided a little sooner. But there's fortunately for us, there's a good pool of offensive coordinator candidates, really good guys. Younger guys, older guys, it's really the whole gamut. And we're not going to be in too big of a hurry time-wise to get the right guy. We need to get the right guy who fits. Start with the quarterback Jackson, work through the rest of it. Also the philosophy of how we want to play football. That's really going to be maybe the most important hire going out. The offensive line hire is going to be really important. All the position coaches, but that offensive coordinator position right now is really important.
It's funny. He went from Lamar Jackson to Jackson Dart. So when he said Jackson at first, I'm like, hold on.
So his next quarterback has to be named Dart.
Just to follow the pattern.
Got to keep going.
But his first name then has to be Dart.
Yeah, so
his first name has to be Dart.
So what? Well, give me a
Dart
legit
Vader.
football a football name.
It's a great
Dart,
name. Ready for this?
Colt McCoy. We know.
I'm going to have a movie.
Dartolomew.
Now, if you tell me, Don, I want you to
Dart
write
Scott.
a screenplay.
Dart Scott, big fan.
Although Dart is a quarterback, he throws darts. It's so perfect.
It is good.
If they said, Don, I want you to do a screenplay for a football movie, all I ask you is the quarterback in the movies. First name has to be Dart.
Okay.
And go at it.
Yeah.
What do you think of this as a football name?
Let's go.
Dart Cannon.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty.
Who's Dart Cannon?
Well, that's the quarterback's name.
You just made it up.
Fictional.
Dart Cannon's
that's
not
his
bad.
name.
He just slings it.
Right?
It's still not better than Colt McCoy.
No, but
and that's real.
Colt McCoy's like...
If you did a movie about Colt McCoy, you could name the character Dart Cannon.
Right, and that's what my plan
is.
It
is pretty good.
Well, you see this kid they got down there in Terhune? His name's Dart Cannon. He can sling it.
He can chuck that thing over
He can zip it.
Yeah, he throws darts and has an arm like a cannon. He's Dart Cannon.
And his full name is Dartholomew. That would be
Dartholomew J. Cannon.
All right, so that's what we got from John. I guess he zoomed in, too. That's respect for Gary.
That's good quality audio there.
Now we got to hear from the other
do you think
ledge.
Do you think Booney zoomed in?
I think Zoom.
All right.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
All right.
Whoa. Okay.
All of a sudden,
Just a takeover.
My screen just jumped.
Wow.
God, it's always something, man. It's always something.
Be careful.
Now I got to go find where we were.
Look at this.
Dear
Where are you
Heavenly
now?
Father.
The hell's going on?
I think this is a takeover.
It would have felt
Gross is like,
Is
I
this
got to
the
fill
end?
in the half hours for these guys. I'm taking over right now. 5:15. When's the goal horn?
Oh, my God. Now
You're going to have to wait
All
until
right.
we get the system back
All
to
right. Everyone,
play.
let's take a break. Let's maybe chat with some
Can we get
people.
calls?
I wouldn't take a break. I would take calls. I would stay
No, I think
exactly
he was just,
where you
that's
are.
what I
he was
meant.
just having like a moment of pause.
He meant like towel off.
Like a transitional in. Gotta come in the studio.
Everything's.
Let's go to Marco in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York.
You guys are never in the studio.
What's up, Marco?
Hey, Don. How you doing, man?
Good,
What's up,
man.
everybody? So you guys were talking about the Grammys earlier. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a metalhead, but definitely love Metallica. If some of those riffs don't get your head moving, I don't think you have a soul.
Right.
But I wanted to ask, do you know about the band Turnstile that won Best Rock Album and Best Metal Performance last night?
No, I did not.
Turnstile.
Did not.
Yeah, Turnstile. They're a band from Baltimore, hardcore / metal. I would give some of their songs a listen. I really think you'd like them, Don. Okay. Holiday and Blackout are the two that I would recommend.
All right, so that's Turnstile. Blackout sounds like it might be a cool song. So, Jacob.
Yep, Blackout and Holiday.
All right, Jacob, find one of those two songs. We'll bump in next break with that.
Perfect.
What was your giant
Thanks, guys.
one, Marco?
Hope you guys have a great night.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. I thought you had a giant point, but if you're ready to move on, we'll move on. My computer screen kind of blew up here, so I'm trying to find the page that had the Booney.
Oh, that has a parenthetical empty page message. That wasn't good.
So maybe
Anthony's coming into the room mid-set.
In the room,
you don't
everybody.
see this every day.
There he is.
He's
not a great sign.
Watch him operate.
He's disgusted that he has to come in and babysit and play these reindeer games with us.
These old men can't handle technology.
So you say Booney on Zoom, but we're going to find out. He was on the K Show earlier today. How do you feel about this season, Booney?
I feel really good. We're excited. Obviously we've got a lot of people that I felt so very good about at the end of last season. I've kind of said out loud a lot that, it was one of my most difficult seasons to get over. The end was tough because I do feel like we were kind of peaking at the right time. We were healthy at the right time. I felt like we had a team that could go get it done, and to get bounced. Blue Jays, who were kind of our kryptonite last year, was difficult. I feel good that we have a chance to get back to there and hopefully flip the script on it. But that being said, too, it's February 2nd, and when we got a lot of work to do just to get back to that point and to put ourselves in a position to take our shot again, hopefully in October baseball.
There's a rain delay. Did they bring up the whole run it back? That's the curse phrase in the organization?
Not on what I have here.
No?
I'm sure.
I know Michael had to.
But you remember Boone
debated to run it back with him.
Can only manage. Oh, we have it. Look at this.
Of course they do.
How about that?
What are they, amateurs?
Kay is a professional.
How about? Well, I knew he addressed it. It's just a matter of I can't play sound that's not on the screen.
Well, your
not
screen
yet,
blew
anyway.
up.
But just back to, were you taken aback at all by the fact he said that one was the toughest end to a season in a while? I mean, you went to the World Series the year before. Is that him saying we weren't beating the Dodgers, but we really thought we could beat the Blue Jays? Did you take it like that? Because wouldn't losing in the World Series hurt more?
Now, in a while, because you have to admit that the last time they lost to the Astros had to hurt a lot too.
Oh yeah, but that's going back.
Like the smirk and all that stuff. But I could feel that because you got to the World Series, man. Like
that is something.
And you weren't you were just beaten by a better team. You weren't really good enough to win that series, but you're mad at yourself for the way you played. But this was like, how are we losing to these guys? Well, you have to admit there was a part of Boone that had to say to himself, how did we lose to these guys?
I know, but you know what? You did lose to them.
Yep.
You lost to them all year.
And that hurt.
And they put up a better fight against the Dodgers than you did the year before.
Correct.
Probably should have beat the Dodgers.
Really should have. By a toe, right? By a heel.
Alan asks for it. He gets it. Michael asked him, what do you say to the fans that think you're running it back?
Well, I think we're better because the people that we added that weren't with our team the whole year last year are key parts of this club that I think make us a lot better. But it's no guarantees. Like, this is a prove it game, prove it sport, and the reality is we got to go out there and look, at the end of the year, whether you win 95 games, 100 games, you're always going to pick parts of the schedule out that didn't go your way or you didn't play your best against, and it seems like every year it's different. Last year, obviously, is the Blue Jays. Other years, I hear we play down to our competition. We didn't beat the bad teams enough, or you didn't beat the good team. You win 100 games, I know what happens is you lose a lot of games too. So I think we have a club capable of competing for the American League East, a very tough American League East. But again, it's February 2nd, and we have a long way to go to prove that we're that caliber team. And this is a new year, and we have to go prove that all over again.
I don't like that answer.
Semantics.
I didn't like it when Cashman said it too. Well, we added a lot of players late in the year.
But they did, though, Don.
When a fan says you're running it back, they're basing it on the last time they saw you, not opening day 2025, not at the All-Star break of 2025.
Yeah.
The last time we saw you walking off the field against the Blue Jays, it's the same team.
Yes.
Now, the better answer is, well, we got Garrett Cole. We didn't have him all year last year. Now we got him. We won't have him until
May.
April or May, but we got him. But we added. I know you added players, but I know it's semantics, like you said, but if I say running it back, it's the last time we saw you.
Yeah,
it's the same.
It's the team that lost in the playoffs. You're taking that team that couldn't win in the playoffs, and you're running it back. That's what you're saying. And they're saying, not really, because we didn't have that team for a whole season, as if having that team together for a whole season would have made a difference.
Right.
Which I don't see that.
Well, and we're going to have Garrett Cole also.
But maybe the argument is that if we had that team for the whole season, we might not have finished. We might have been in first place. We might have had home field. We might have not had to go through the wild card. Like, maybe that's what he's suggesting. Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, up until Flag Day, the Yankees had the best record in the American League.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they always have those
more than half the season.
And finally,
or almost half the season.
Aaron, what went wrong in the postseason?
Look, I think it was a case of a series playing a really good team that caught us. We had a hard time. We gave up a ton of runs in that series. They kind of just had our number and beat us. I mean, simple as that. But I felt like the moves that we made, a trading deadline, really kind of finished off our roster in a really strong way, because I think for the first half of the season, while we were good, I felt like we needed to do some things that kind of finished off and complemented our roster. And I felt like we were able to do that, and just felt like we were in a really good place there at the end of the season. And for it to not happen, is one of those things that makes it difficult to get over.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that they had your number before, they had your number after, they had your number during. I mean, you had made all those moves and had the team that you wanted face them in the playoffs, and you lost them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fair to say the Blue Jays were the better team.
Yeah.
Now, you're right. If they had Caballero playing short instead of Volpe all year, if they had McMahon at third base all year and not having to experiment with Jazz there.
If they didn't have Devin Williams as a closer,
right.
If they were using Bednar instead.
They win 94 games instead of 93. They win the division, and maybe things go a little bit differently. But when they played the Blue Jays in that series, that was the team they wanted. They didn't have Cole, but that would have only been 1 or 2 games. So it could have been a difference. You're absolutely right.
Schlittler was their best pitcher.
He was.
Let's not forget.
There was no question about that. 1-800-919-3776. All that on the table as we hear from Harbaugh, we hear from Boone, hear from you. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
That could be the thought process here behind the defensive coordinator thing. You know, Aaron Glenn did this job once upon a time. I've realized this is probably my last shot because I can't survive another 3-win season. Hell, I might not even survive a 5-win season. So if I'm going down doing it my way to the best of my ability, which means I'm a defensive guy. I'm going to call the defense.
The Dan Graca Show. Weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player in the big game to score the first touchdown, but his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the big game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line with BetMGM's second chance. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins.
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself!
We won! Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Nassau County, bumper to bumper on the southern state eastbound, right after Hempstead Avenue. A broken down car in the right lane. Delays go back into Valley Stream. Can't catch a break on the belts eastbound. Looks like we've got a new issue right before Cross Bay Boulevard. Slow crawl heading over to JFK and Queens from before Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn. Heading over to the outbound, George, still your best ride. Henry Hudson, West Side Highway northbound. Some slowdowns from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound, George, might run you about 5 minutes for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet at 15 to 20. They cleaned up that crash on the outbound Helix. Outbound Hahn going to run you about 30 to 40. And once you're on the Jersey side, still have this accident on the outbound Skyway. Been there for about 2 hours. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28th, 2026.
I always loved her music. Killing Me Softly, one of my favorites.
That's the time. See, this was the 70s. Right?
I guess. I
it's
missed
just
it.
all about one thing. Every song.
Well, that's it.
You mean the sex?
Just
when we come
just
back
raw.
next time, excuse me?
I'm just saying.
You don't have to get into the details. When
But
we
she
come back
was.
next time, can we get the D'Angelo version too? Let Don get a little taste-a-roo?
Like, she just let you know. Puts it right out there.
Yeah.
When
And
this goes
first,
on.
First
that's
time I
when-
ever saw your face. Those are the
that's
big
an incredible
three.
song.
Those are the big three.
Like, I imagine, Peter, that song hits different now when you look at Maya.
What?
First time I ever saw your face.
Oh. I haven't heard it since then.
Want to make him cry? On the air.
That's something you enjoy doing. I know that is your vibe. Trying to get tears.
Well, it's emotion. It's raw. If you don't laugh,
back to
cry,
raw. Different
think.
meaning.
Yeah, that's true. But it's that's what made the 70s music special. Just got right to
the
it.
Sex.
It didn't.
That's why I like
no pretense.
Me, Paul O'Neill.
All right. Brian in Middletown has a relatable story to Chili's in Paris.
Oh.
Chili's in Paris.
Go ahead,
Another
Brian.
album.
Great song by Jay-Z and Kanye.
Hey guys, am I on?
What's up?
We got you, Brian.
All right, so I actually was in Paris for a sporting event. My parents were running the Paris Marathon, and they selected a restaurant the first night we were there, and it was in this Greek quarter of Paris. It was, oh my God, it was horse meat. It was goat. It was not what an American palate is really used to.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent 2 nights, me and my wife, not really eating because my parents kept selecting like what they thought was American food and it wasn't. So we're walking through the streets on the third night, the night before the marathon, and we pass in front of a Chili's.
All right.
And we're laughing. They're like, oh, they got Chili's in Paris. And in the window, the sign said, we import our food from America.
Ugh.
We're like, we're in.
Oh,
We need to
that's
eat.
that's a bad choice,
We need
but
to
keep
eat.
going.
We haven't eaten.
But I can understand he had an experience. though.
Right. He had an experience.
Like he was.
He wanted to feel it.
Yeah, he couldn't
Right.
recover
We,
from. it.
we just wanted to eat.
Yeah, like you could have done better in another section of town. It's just you just got stuck in a place.
Yeah, for future reference, the best part about eating in Europe is that you're not eating poison.
Well, that's true.
When the
too.
sign says we're importing from America, we get the poison directly from America. You're like,
Right.
sign me up. That's what I want.
Right.
Right. Well,
All the
next
hormones.
night, we,
Everything.
after the marathon,
Yep.
they all the people who ran the marathon. I did not run the marathon. I am not that athletically capable. But the next night after the marathon, all the people who ran the marathon, they selected this place. It was called the American Bar. It was a French restaurant, but it was called the American Bar, and we went there. It was great. We got burgers and French food, and everything was delicious then. But
Oh, you're playing him out.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't agree, Brian.
Well, sorry.
Peter went rogue.
I thought that's what you guys were looking at me for. You
I
guys
know.
were looking at me.
I was looking at you because I thought you were going to hit something that was going to be relatable to the conversation.
I thought it was.
All right, well, listen, that's what we love about the show.
Well, you hung up on.
Independent
I didn't
thought.
say hang up on him though.
No, he hung up. What was he going to do?
He
that
knew
was on me.
There was no recovering from being played
Wait,
out.
hold on. I want to go around the room real quick because he seems like a totally lovely guy. I don't mean that as a
Very
diss.
nice guy.
Anthony, was that the appropriate play out music or no?
Anthony's
He's checked. He's already gone.
yeah.
Jacob?
I was editing FanDuels.
Yeah,
Jacob?
I thought you did the right thing.
Maybe well, it's not a question of the right thing or wrong thing.
What was best for the show?
It was best for the show.
Right. I mean, like he seemed like a super nice guy.
I'll vote-
but now we're going to another restaurant
I
story.
will vote best for the show. While I felt a way about it, I will admit probably the best movie.
Yeah, but I still felt awkward.
I feel
'cause
bad
he seemed
about
like
it.
a really nice guy.
Yo, can I ask you guys, have you guys seen any of the videos of what's going on with the iguanas in Florida?
No. I can't imagine it's good.
Oh yeah, it's every winter.
The fact that there are people who live in America, if you consider Florida that, and that's part of your life, and you're like, yeah, no problem. Don, look at this. This happens every winter if it gets really cold. They're not dead.
Yeah.
They just fall to the ground in piles like that. If you saw a pile, it looks like you're in prehistoric times.
Now, they can die.
They can die.
If they stay frozen for long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Don, they just lay in piles. This person just walks and picks up a frozen iguana. What are you doing?
That went like locusts.
What do you want them to do?
Well,
you want
it's
to try to
biblical.
save them,
It's
no?
biblical.
No. I'm just saying I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a place where mini
You don't wanna
dinosaurs
have to-
all just fall laying.
He doesn't want to have to walk among dead iguanas.
I don't. I swear to God,
I understand.
even when I go to Puerto Rico, and like I stay at a hotel, and they're like, oh, just watch out for the iguanas. And then at night, you're like in the hot tub, and you see iguanas walking around. I am so freaked by it.
Oh, really?
I get used to it by the end of the trip, but at first I'm like, what the hell are people doing?
There
around
is a
here?
reason why DNR have a segment called "Did It Happen in Florida?"
Because of that.
Because Florida's just different. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just different.
It is different. That is confirmed.
Oh, it's crazy. I can't do it.
If I was just walking down the street to the Devil Panther morning skate and saw a pile of iguana, I think I'd be.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Well, if you had to wade among them to get to your destination, because the sidewalk is just littered with
kinda
dead
like-
iguanas, it does. It
Or
probably
dead
make you
Jays.
feel away.
So it's not like quite.
What if you pull out a snow shovel and just kind of like clear a path?
Shovel the iguanas.
You know what it kind of reminded me? Did you
sweep?
You ever see the Paul Thomas Anderson vehicle, Magnolia?
Yeah, of course. Love Magnolia.
But what happens at the end of Magnolia?
Oh, is it the iguanas?
No, frogs.
Frogs.
Starts raining frogs.
They have the plague, like the actual.
That's kind of like what it would feel like, right? Except, frog, but iguanas. Like
they're gigantic.
Frogs are frogs,
And
but
it's not a
iguanas
plague.
are like related to the dinosaur. Like I would be.
I can't.
Both would freak me out.
I cannot do it.
So you're fine though, like in the spring, when like caterpillars just poop right out of a tree, and you get like these little pellets. They fall on you.
Am I fine with that?
You're fine with that.
I'm not fine.
I've
with
never
it,
even
but
experienced it.
You haven't experienced that?
I never experienced it.
A
either.
caterpillar
Very, very
pooping on me out of a tree.
Very
Never heard
strange.
of it.
You can see it all over the place, all over your car.
I'm
if you
not
park under a
comfortable.
tree.
I'm not comfortable with
weird.
cicadas.
Yeah, it happens though.
Yeah, that sound. Never seen one.
Yeah, it's right.
You hear them,
but you hear them,
and the sound comes in waves, right?
Yeah, comes in.
It's
like
it's a sound of summer, really.
Really is.
You've never seen them?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well,
Like when they're post summer when they freeze
when
and then you got the
see
little
one. Yeah, but like to hear it that close to you. Yeah, no, normally
what?
it's in the distance.
This segment is taking a turn
Not that it's not what you expected.
that only can be righted by Richard in Manhattan.
Oh,
You're on
wow.
ESPN.
Here we go.
Hey, fellas, did you see Damon Wilson passed away? Do you know who Damon Wilson was?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, transformative. Sanford and Son. He was the son.
Oh, I did
Lamont.
see that. Yeah.
He was fantastic. You know, fellas, that show never got the full credit it deserved. Fred Sanford, what was his name? Red Fox.
Red Fox.
He was Richard Pryor 10 years prior. It was the first TV show where it was all black people. There were no white people on the show. And they were great. Lamont was a lovable guy. What a show that was. He was great. What a show. That was transform. I would put that above the Jeffersons and above Good Times in my book. That's how great it was. It was a little raunchy.
Segregating your list.
Red Fox was out there. Okay, fellas, sports now. Okay. Give me a 1 to 6. I got 6 stars that are coming into the Garden from Sunday night to Friday.
Okay.
Here are the 6. Doncic, now as of now, not in the past. Doncic, LeBron, Jokic, Jalen, Rick as in Pitino, and Danny as in Hurley. 1 through 6. Rate those 6.
Oh boy. So Doncic, we got LeBron.
Doncic is your number 1, Don?
No. I'm going over the list.
It's
So you got
Doncic, LeBron, Jalen Brunson, Jokic, Rick Pitino and Danny Hurley, you're 6 stars.
What are we ranking?
But we're ranking their like where
1
they are
through 6
now.
as far
Or,
as star power.
well, listen,
right
star
now,
power.
oh, yes,
well,
right
LeBron
now.
James
Not,
is number
no
1.
past history.
LeBron James is number 1, and I guess
even now.
Yes, he's still
okay.
Did you see the price of the tickets at the Garden for the game last
His
night?
star power is global.
Okay, number 1. Go ahead.
Then I guess you go
Doncic.
Yeah.
Over Jokic.
Yes.
Over Rick Pitino.
Yes.
Yes.
Star power.
You don't
again.
think the Garden is going to explode on Friday night?
No.
Global star power. Global.
Listen, I
Pitino is big, but he's big in New York.
He's big in New York, but
all right, fellas. This is not karma. Jimmy Butler tore his ACL. All athletes, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But this is karma. Definitely. There were 29 different teams he could have ripped it against. 29. And when you factor in he was playing an East Coast team, it's even more. It was like 101 that this can happen. What team do you think he ripped it against? Miami.
Yeah.
That has to be karma. Has to be karma.
It is.
So there's one last thing.
Please.
Munson or Mattingly, who gets in the Hall of Fame first? Or who should get in the Hall of Fame first? Munson or Mattingly?
Wow. I mean, even with the bad back, Mattingly had more time.
A
longer career. So I would probably say Don Mattingly. Boy, that's a tough one. Careers both cut short, but I think Munson's was shorter.
I think it was Madden said something that I found also interesting debate that will put Peter to sleep.
Go ahead. I'm semi-interested in this.
I don't think you will be. Once I say it, I definitely think you'll check out completely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Madden. I was reading this over the weekend. Greg Nettles, should he be in Monument Park?
Monument Park?
He made a case that he should be.
I mean, no.
Nettles.
I don't think so.
Listen,
the
he led the league in home runs, I think, once. He was a spectacular defender. Monument Park, no.
Monument
it's a
Park.
bit much.
But again, like, who's in Monument Park from the 90s teams that you're like,
Paul O'Neill.
Yeah.
Paul O'Neill was like,
I think that, but isn't that sort of the case, though?
Paul O'Neill's better than Greg Nettles, no?
As a Yankee?
As a Yankee?
I mean, I guess Paul won 4 titles. How many titles did Paul win? 4?
Yeah, his last one was 2000.
All right, so he won 4.
He won 4.
Nettles won 2.
Oh. Yeah, that's why you
got to 3.
Because Paul was just a part of the turnaround,
actually.
right?
He was still with them in 81, right? Didn't he get to 4?
Yes, he was still with them in 81.
So he got to 4.
I can't put. Listen, I'm not a Yankee fan.
He can't and he won't.
But I've always loved Nettles. I loved his game. He was a great defender. But really, I mean, Monument Park.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean, though. It should be a standard where it's no offense. We'll put you in the Ring of Honor or whatever it is. We'll put it in the Yankee Hall of Fame. But Monument Park has got to be, especially in Yankee history, it has to be, like, that has to be impossible to get in.
Now, social media is a weird place.
I agree.
Is it, though?
So DeMont Wilson passes away over the weekend. And I didn't recognize the name,
right.
but I knew who it was.
Yeah.
So he passes away. Somebody tweets out that he died. And they put a picture of Jimmy Walker.
No, it's not.
No, they do.
So I start looking at the mentions, thinking this person's being eviscerated. Just a bunch of rest in peace. Oh, I loved him.
People just felt bad.
They didn't even know.
They just didn't know. So I don't know if the person who tweeted it didn't know, trolling, moron. It's all on the table.
Well, that's social media.
And listen,
all the above.
And listen, God love Richard Amenet. He's certainly someone like Jägermeister. You can take him or leave him. Sanford and Son was a fun show. An interesting show. I'll go as far as to say a funny show. It's not good time. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Really?
Stop it.
Are you sure?
Stop
you don't think you need to revisit? Like, you spent the time?
Did Sanford and Son ever have, like, deeply moral
like serious episodes?
They had. Listen,
in
it's
moments?
Norman Lear. So Norman Lear is always going to put that in everything.
Yeah.
But
were you as into Sanford and Son to really make the comp?
Yes.
Is the question. You were?
Yeah.
Because I'm too young for
I watched
both.
all those shows.
Well, they were on reruns too.
I know, but even
so I lived on the reruns.
Yeah,
again, it's a great show.
Yeah.
But
it's
sometimes
not good times.
No.
I don't know why Richard couldn't have compared it to any other shows except other black shows.
Well, that's.
But I think he was trying to make the point
of the shows that I thought of as the black shows from that era.
Right, because I think, and listen, the Jeffersons was a departure because they made it.
Right.
So that was like a big deal. It's not like, hey, the Good Times were struggling in the slums of Chicago, can't get out. They made it.
Yep.
Right.
So that right there
To the
makes
east
it
side.
very, very important.
To a deluxe apartment.
Plus, they were doing a lot of, there was a lot going on in the Jeffersons.
A lot.
That were very, well, again, Norman Lear didn't do anything that wasn't at least considered socially relevant.
Yeah.
But Good Times to me is just, it's special. I think Sanford & Son was a nice show.
But I think the point that he was making, I'll defend Richard here, is that Sanford & Son could go under the radar. There are people who may not appreciate and Red Fox as a comic genius, because Red Fox is hugely influential as a comic.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And that show he got that show after already being a famous comic for a long time, and then got that show as sort of the feather in the cap.
Nobody really understands the significance of the fact that he got a show.
Right.
And there was no one white that was a main character.
That was an interesting point.
Recurring character. That never, it sounds like nobody's ever going to watch that, right? Like that was a thing then. That's a barrier-breaking show.
Red Fox,
look at Richard setting off Black History Month for us. Who knew?
The first really filthy comedian. And also in year one, when Sanford & Son, we're getting ready for this, and they probably did some makeup on him. But the first year, Sanford & Son.
Yeah.
Red Fox was 49 years old.
I know. I can't. It can't be.
Doesn't he always come off as he's 75, 76 years old?
When I was a kid and those reruns would come on, that show felt 100 years old, and he looked 100 years old. And I was offended by Jacob in my ear saying, Quincy Jones produced the theme song. That's
Read
not
the
right.
room, will you?
Come on, for God's sake. You think anybody here didn't know Quincy Jones did the bump bump planet? Come on. Classic. Speaking of Quincy Jones, you guys see the trailer for Michael today?
No.
Anyone watch the trailer?
Oh, I did. It looks good.
Looks pretty good.
Send it to me.
I will. Oh, you're gonna be in. You're gonna be in.
I'm already in.
All right, more calls. ENN at 6. Don on Rosenberg until 7. Then it's Dan Grassi, ESPN New York.
22nd ranked St. John's looks to remain perfect on the road when they visit DePaul. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me. This is why I go to the Bouquet Company every time. Bouquet delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouquet's flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouquet's makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouquet's has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouquets.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouquets, promo code CANTY.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday night at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers, believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Doesn't get any more New York than this. Wild Turkey Bourbon is giving you a chance to score the ultimate New York game day. One lucky winner scores a pair of tickets to opening day in the Bronx and New York Knicks tickets both on Friday, April 3rd. 2 games, one epic day, no compromises. To enter, find the contest tile on the ESPN New York app.
Not you. Sorry.
And submit your entry or sign up in person at select Wild Turkey events happening around the city. Brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing.
All right, now you didn't let Don hear the song,
Must be 21 or over.
Just read.
Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly.
Damn right. All right, there you go. Give him some volume, for God's sake. Let the man feel it in his
What
soul.
is this?
This is D'Angelo's Feel Like Making Love.
Don't care for it.
You can't make determinations this fast on music.
First of all, you don't mess with perfection. Roberta Flack's version is just so good, and this is comedy.
You have to listen. You don't.
It's comedy.
No, Don, you shouldn't say.
It's an SNL bit.
No, this is a bad take.
What do you mean it's a bad take? It's my take.
You can't.
You can have your take.
Then you know what? I'm going to stop playing you music. If you're unwilling to be able to say, all right, I can't wait, because I do this, Alan, when you play music for me, I listen, and then I go, oh, I'm going to listen to this on my own time.
Yeah,
you need to take
it in
It's produced
your own
by
ears.
Jay Dilla, and it's D'Angelo singing. It's 2 of the greatest
I don't
artists
know
of the
any
era.
those people.
Well, that's...
I just like what I like.
But
I don't know who produced the Roberta Flack
But don't you
version.
think you should
I
listen?
just like it.
Don't you
I
think
grew
you
up with it. It's great. You don't mess with it.
See, this is...
He goes, I don't know these people.
I don't know.
The way he said that.
But you just said
That was so New York.
Okay.
I don't know these people.
Listen, I don't know these people.
I'm not trying to be above it.
You should you should say, hey, I'm gonna listen on my own time.
Yeah.
No. I listen. Not good. And also,
I promise you it's good. You're objectively wrong.
No,
it's one of the
you
greatest
can't.
albums ever made by one of the greatest R&B singers who ever lived. Produced by one of the greatest producers who ever
Roberta
sat in front of a...
You don't
I
mess with that.
Yes, you do.
You know, the
you know what
Fugees
Roberta
did, and
Flack
they got it right. You know what? The Fugees messed around, and they got it right.
And you know what? Everything
that was good.
Everything was covered from that era. What do you mean don't mess with it?
I don't like it.
Everything was done
I
50
don't care
times.
for it.
You didn't hear it yet. For God's sake, man.
I've been waiting for the metal song. So a guy called. He ignores that.
Oh, Turnstile.
I've been waiting for Turnstile for 3 breaks.
Maybe you would have given that a shot.
But you talked this up like, oh my God, his cover of this song.
It's true, but you didn't listen to. You just went, don't care for it. In 7 seconds.
Because you know what you got. That's all you get sometimes.
He's got an
That's
ear.
all. You know how many auditions? It's like, all right, thanks for coming. Yeah, but how long? I don't feel it.
That's a good point.
Now the Fugees, I felt that.
Well, you were given more than 7 seconds. You were played it 5,000 times.
Come on, how many times do you think you know this is?
How many chances you get?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
none.
listen,
0. You get 0 chances.
You don't know. You go up there on stage. Here's my chance, man.
Done.
You got to hit me.
Wow.
My off.
I had a hunch it might not work because it's for Don because it's a real like slow and low chill song.
It's the fact that his voice is a little like, yeah, it's low. It's not.
He's a specific
sound. If you
sound.
listen to it in a quiet place, might sound different.
Do you know How Does It Feel by D'Angelo?
I don't know. Play it for me.
And do you think he'd like that? Or do you think he's not going to like that either?
I'll give you 7
This
seconds.
is definitely not his.
Yeah, and 7 seconds won't do it.
It's not his thing.
Some things aren't.
That's not his bag, baby. Bless you.
Excuse me. Some things can't be 7 seconds. You know what I mean?
Well,
some things require a little more time.
We all like to have a little bit more time, but you take what you can get. What are we doing? We got it? He's not sure. Wait a minute.
Ads.
He's got to go through, the YouTube and the AI ads. You ever see this?
What?
This might be my Talk About It Tuesday. There's something I got to talk about.
About ads?
Yeah. That's tomorrow, though. Let's listen to this.
Familiar?
No, I've never heard this. But I'm feeling it.
He's got movement.
Shoulders are starting to sway back and forth. That's a good sign. We've eclipsed the 7-second mark.
All right, he won another 7.
Yeah, you feel this. This is way better than the feeling
This
like
is his biggest song.
Well,
this is a
I'm
very
just
big
saying,
song.
so I know good when I hear it. You know what? Nice try on the other one.
No,
this
you
one
don't.
was good.
No, the other one's an album cut. This is a gigantic single. They're different things.
All right, so I'm not that off then, am I?
About what's popular? Yeah, but I thought you were better
about
than that.
knowing the difference between like the two songs.
That one is popular.
Like we
one
could
is less popular.
disagree, but I got the one right.
Well,
the better song
Not
I
the,
felt.
Well, see, now you're going against all of your beliefs. Better's the more popular, or better's the more simple and easier to
in the
consume?
consensus.
Well,
of
most people
better.
don't know that one. Feel Like Making Love's an album cut. You have to have listened to the album.
I didn't feel it.
He didn't like it compared to the original.
That's fine.
And, if you
And
don't
I'm a
like it
big
compared to
fan of the original.
Well,
that's
that
the
makes it
problem.
harder.
Those
That's
are the
the
three.
problem.
You know what?
Although, what's the cover that you he loves the Disturbed Simon
Because
Garfunkel. You wouldn't think he would.
You know why? Because I just felt it. I don't know. I am not a musician. I would love to learn another language, play an instrument, 2 things that are completely above my pay grade. I'd love to be able to do one of those.
People want a meme of Don swaying back and forth with the music.
Bless you. What do we got going on here?
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
I
in the
gave Don a
studio right
sneeze.
now?
I gave Don. I sneezed.
If it
now
goes
Don
down,
sneezed.
However,
I refuse to sneeze.
But I am just going to go by feel. I'm not being prejudiced in the sense that I don't like R&B or I don't like him or I'm just going to be that guy. Some songs you feel, some you don't.
I get it.
The Disturbed, I felt. He took a new take on a really old song, and I'm also a Disturbed fan.
You very
all right,
much
and
are.
the genre of music.
You really are.
Yeah, you are Disturbed. I didn't know you were a Disturbed fan.
Yeah, what's not to like about them?
I don't know. I don't know what is to like or what's not to like.
Yeah. They're very good.
They're very that's.
But we have discovered
Down with
what
the
year.
sickness.
What year was Disturbed a thing?
2001?
Yeah, 2001,
2.
Where do we think the line is where basically Don's checked out after that year?
Right then.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
now.
I was around that.
Thinking,
02, 03,
thinking
it's
about 03.
I mean, I told you the
let
twins
go.
are already like you listen to anything new, and I don't. The kids have picked up on it. They look at my Sirius. It's old 70s, 80s.
You'll see especially when Jalen gets older.
You get forced in a little more
because you like music.
You come back
One of
around.
them's going to love music, and whoever it is, you'll attach, and then you'll want to be open to their music so that you have that connection. That's me and Gracie.
Well, she's playing Imagine Dragons song. I don't think that's now, but it's a lot closer to now than stuff I listen to.
Imagine Dragons, huh?
Yeah, she likes all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
That was the old. That was an intro to one of the shows back in the day.
Imagine Dragons was?
We did, yeah. We had. I forget.
And what's
who
the
that
Panic?
was.
There's a Panic at the
I think
Disco.
it was DiPietro
Sure there
and I.
is.
What's a big Panic at the Disco song?
Oh, what isn't?
She loves that one.
There's a lot of them. Isn't it?
Something with a house or home, something like that.
No, you got me racking my
Dan, the
brain.
YouTube people don't get any of the music, huh?
They hear nothing.
Yeah,
That's a
We
shame.
should sing for them. That'll work.
because if you want money on your YouTube, you can't get.
There you go, Peter.
Can't play music.
That's right.
That's right.
There you go.
But we're not going to.
Is there something
Push
Panic
you
at the
guys.
Disco? Something with house?
Something with house.
Yes.
Translate that, Anthony.
Give me a House of Memories.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the song.
For your
Look
Play
at
that.
Alan go.
Yeah.
Let's play
She
that
probably likes-
and let's send it out to the YouTube crowd.
She probably likes High Hopes.
We're
as
not going to
well.
do the second part. Just not something we're going to do.
You can't do it. Can't send it to the YouTube crowd. I wish there was a way to do it, but there's really
It would sound, we've done it where we've tried and remove it after, and it sounds awful.
Can you play a little bit of that or no? You've been told not to? The boss
You can play it on the air.
I'll
Sure.
play it on air, but it's not. It
It's
won't
just
make
not
it
making it to the
All right,
YouTube.
but what can I do? All right, I got an audience everywhere else. Okay,
I understand completely. That's why we've
Plus,
been.
I want
letting you
these
play.
guys to hear the song, one of my favorite songs from Jalen.
I agree.
And I was turned on to this. I said, you know what? She's got good taste.
I respect it,
but I'm sorry that the YouTube crowd can't hear it. But they can go. You know what? They can punch it up. They're already on YouTube.
That's right.
So they can punch
find
it up
later
and listen
on their own, like you dream about.
We're not getting it because there's ads. There's always
We'll
some
get it to you during ENN. How's that sound?
Because there's ads.
All right, ENN's coming up next.
Damn Rabbit Trace.
I'm disgusted. Taking up until 7 o'clock, and then it's Grassa and ESPN New York.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to sandwellpain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Get home safe and quick. I'll catch up with you on Thursday. Just no easy way to get through Queens, and we've got a problem spot on the Clearview northbound right after the LIE, a broken down tractor trailer in the right lane. Grand Central just jammed in both directions heading into Kew Gardens. LIE, a solid ride getting into Nassau County from right out of the Midtown Tunnel. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson. That's about it. Cross Bronx westbound packed from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. You stay on the brakes on the Cross Bronx eastbound. A crash by 3rd Avenue involving a tractor trailer. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride about 15 to 20. Outbound Honer in you 30 to 40. And once you're on the Jersey side, we still have this collision on top of the outbound Skyway. Been out there for almost 3 hours. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Hi, how are you? Welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. And I want to start off by saying good evening to everyone.
I thought about you last night, Peter.
What? Okay.
Were you sleeping on your back?
Dreaming about Peter always. I think we all contributed to that.
I'd like to say good evening to Don and myself.
What size is it?
I don't know.
I'd like to say good evening to Don and myself. I'd like to say good evening to Don and myself. It's produced by Jay Dilla and it's D'Angelo Singh. It's two of the greatest artists of the era. Well, that's
I just like what I like.
Good evening.
That was such a great delivery.
Good evening to Don.
And Alan's been known to put like white powder in a balloon and then swallow it.
Good evening to Don.
But also a disturbed fan.
Good evening to myself. Tavares Jackson.
Wow.
Don't even, that's a good pull.
Tavares Jackson.
Wow.
Don't even, that's a good pull. Like after that,
you drop your
You were like, I don't know what just happened. I just blacked out.
Anybody.
I defy
Jacob.
anyone.
Anybody, anytime, anywhere. Calls up. Why is this wrestling guy on this sports show?
Because
you
of
don't know
Tavares
anything
Jackson.
about. Play that drop.
Well, if he has the internet, he doesn't know about that either.
That's a great point. We'll get to that.
Oh,
what
wow.
number was Tavares Jackson? You guys remember? Sure you do.
17.
No, close.
Wasn't he 7? I think
that's right.
Damn.
But then who's the next strange pull quarterback from the Vikings? That's number 8.
After?
Oh yeah. Not directly, but in the subsequent years, number 8. More recently than that. Strange pull, Vikings quarterback, number 8.
Well, Favre was there, but he didn't know 8.
He went 4-4-4, of course.
Yeah.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum.
Let's
and
say
it's the job Shermer did with Case Keenum.
That's right.
That was why he got the Giants.
Worked out great. Good evening to Anthony.
I love Quickie.
Sure do.
Good evening to Jacob.
It's Telly time.
Yeah, he tried. You guys.
That was good.
It was Han
Okay.
Solo.
It was like 2 different ones. Yeah.
No, give him the first one.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it.
What?
First one was a little. He needed a warm up.
Aw.
Second one was good. This one, the minute he said it, he knew he had to bail out.
Which one? The first one.
First one. Wait, you got to get.
I got it. Here we go.
It's Telly time. I don't think that was it.
That wasn't it.
It's Telly time.
That one. Yeah, that one.
You tried that?
Yeah.
It's Telly time.
On
Because
live air.
I think he does sound a little like me on the other ones. But that good. But you know what? Kudos for going for it.
No, he's never afraid. He did audio files one time.
Oh,
He ain't never scared.
That's right.
I ain't as scared.
So yeah, I don't know what. Okay. So I go to Riyadh, and we do the Royal Rumble program. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the main matches of the night was you guys remember Gunther, who we had on the show?
Yeah, my cousin.
That's right. He retired John Cena. Right. So then this past weekend, he had a match with the great AJ Styles. And guess what happened? He beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Retirement match. AJ's now done. Wow. So after the match, AJ... Were you watching, Anthony? Did you see this or no? All right. You think
What, you're part of it?
No. The AJ match.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
You saw it. So after the match, AJ does like a thing in the ring, and it seems like he's saying his goodbye. But then after he leaves the ring, he goes back in the ring again and puts his gloves like back on, and I think it made fans confused. Like, is he saying he's not retiring?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is why I hate people on the internet and supposed like wrestling websites that like cover wrestling. You think they'd ever get anything and don't. So I do the post show on WWE where we break down what happened and we talk about stuff. I'm going to talk to you guys because you're intelligent, because it doesn't seem like the wrestling audience on the internet can get this. Do you understand that the show that I do is complicated because this is a performance art, and we're still part of the performance art?
Mm-hmm.
We're part of their show, but we're analyzing what just happened. So I have to walk a line between it's still part of the show, but I want to try my best to give you little tidbits that may give you an indication of a little more.
Okay.
That makes sense?
I think so.
But like I can't now act like I'm on a podcast.
I can't tell you, but I can lead you the way.
I can try to give you what I can give you. But I'm not going to break the fourth wall here. This is a show.
Can't do it. Yes.
In real life, I saw AJ Styles after the match. I went up to him, gave him a handshake and a hug, and I said, "You're the man, dude. It's been such a pleasure getting to watch you all these years." I said, "You really done?" And we had a conversation in which he said several things, but what I was willing to say on the air was he made clear he's done. He made clear he's done, right? So when I went on the air, I don't want to reveal all the things he said, but considering it was a retirement match and he lost, and afterwards, in real life, he told me, no, dude, I'm done. I felt comfortable going on the air and saying, I spoke to AJ Styles. I know he did some things after the match, but trust me, it's over. All the wrestlers waited for him. In real life, everyone gave him a standing ovation and hugged him after. I watched him hug every single person. It's over. And the internet killed me. I guess the line, Anthony, what I took from it is maybe the line they killed me for is that I said he's a man of his word, and since he lost a retirement match, he's done. And he told me he's done. And I guess their logic was, well, that's because if he goes to another company, you're trying to pretend like it never happened. So you're trying to kill him in WWE in case he really wants to go somewhere else.
Yeah, you retired him, Peter. I think that's what people were upset with.
I said, and in my brain, I put up a video and I said this, guys, if he was working me and really he's going to go to AEW or TNA or somewhere else, I'll be thrilled. I hope he's working me. I want to see more of him. You think I literally there calculating going, I want to make sure that he's dead because WWE is the only place he shall ever work.
You work for the man.
He told me he's done.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he said he's done.
They don't trust you. You work for the man.
That's it.
You're following what you're told to say.
Oh, so you deal with the same experience. All we try to do is get the information we give while, yes, not violating our profession and the people we work for, but while giving you the most info I can.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
We'll give you breadcrumbs, and there are times we can't tell you everything because it's privileged information, but there are times we also will kind of like lay it out, like the hinting of, yeah, they'd love to get Giannis, but, it's a really complicated deal. It's going to be very difficult to do. But then there's other reporting, and now it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. The deal's going to go down. I'm like, hey, it's really complicated, though. Really complicated deal.
Now,
nobody wants to trust you because they think you're in on it.
Right. They all think there's agendas.
And it's like, all right, well,
can't both be true? Can it be true that I work for the company and I'm not going to violate what they're trying to do while also saying, I really did speak to the man. Here's the information that he gave me.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? History will prove you right.
By the way, or it won't.
Yeah.
Or he'll show up at AEW and I'll go, no friggin' way. Awesome. He lied to my face. I'm down with that. I'm good with that. Like if he said, no way I'm telling Rosenberg, he works here, I'm totally fine with that. But I'm still going to report the information that I got.
Yeah.
And for the record, I think he's done. He's been saying for years he's done. He wants to retire. He wants to be the rare athlete who retires still looking exactly like the prime version. And that's who AJ Styles currently is. He looks exactly like the dude he was at 30, and he's in his mid-40s. I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of guys performing well in their 40s, LeBron James on possibly playing his last game at the Garden.
At the end of the day, everything has to come to an end at some point. So no matter when it is, it's going to be like, I would never play again in Madison Square Garden. I would never play again in certain arenas. I would never play again, period. So, at that point, it doesn't matter. You're going to always miss it. You're going to miss the game in general. So it doesn't, this one will always have like a special place in the journey.
You know how easy it is to get a recording device in 2025, 6 that sounds better than that?
I know.
Wasn't very quality.
Like you can literally just stick your iPhone closer and that sounds like someone used a mini tape recorder.
Or were they just at a distance?
Weren't close enough.
Then why did we get there? Because guess what? Someone had a mic right in his face in that moment. Probably your people. Probably MSG and
wasn't our game.
And KTLA.
Wasn't our game.
Oh yeah, it was the C.
It was NBC.
And we cannot get that audio.
We cannot. And it's a shame because something was said
in
the pregame show that was a facepalm moment.
Who said it? Can you tell me?
Reggie Miller.
Oh, of course. Allen's always got a little axe to grind with Reggie.
It's not an axe. It's not an axe.
No?
It's just one of these, like the minute it was said, you went, what?
What was he referring to?
We can't use it, right? So I can just tell the story?
Yeah, why not?
So they had Caitlin Clark on as a guest.
Yeah, I read about
analyst.
this. Yeah.
And so they're discussing stuff. And then it
heard.
became hey, is there an NBA player that Caitlin Clark reminds you of?
This is tough.
And let's just keep in mind, at full health, Caitlin Clark's one of the best players in the WNBA. Am I right?
Without question.
Like there's no question.
Already, yeah.
Never mind her draw and her attention.
No. She's one of the best
just
players.
talent-wise, she's really good.
She does a lot well.
Right.
Yeah.
So Reggie's didn't even hesitate right away, as if he'd already had it pre-planned.
Oh, boy.
Peyton Pritchard.
Clown show. Well, listen, Peyton Pritchard, he might be a top
Pritchard
50
was
player.
Like, that's a compliment to Peyton Pritchard.
Oh, as big a compliment as you could get.
Did you see Caitlin Clark's face, though?
I heard.
She went straight, like Bert and Ernie? She did the Bert, like when Ernie does something goofy, and then Bert just like stares at the camera.
I got to look up her face right now.
Legit what she did.
Why would he? Why?
And she's trying not to have any offense because you don't want to make Peyton Pritchard feel bad. But, I mean,
it was
good Lord, man.
Dude. He's a top 50 player in the league, right? In the 40s, maybe. Something like that. 50?
Whatever.
It's not Caitlin Clark. It's not that.
You know what? It could have been over the top, but him saying Steph Curry wouldn't have been crazy.
No.
Because she shoots from all over the place.
Yes.
She's a great shooter. She's changed the game, blah, blah, blah. That would have been the easy comp. Easy. And people could have said you were glazing, and you could just throw up your hands like, whatever. But this is Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, he's just being that guy. And they can't.
I don't think he's being that guy. I think it was just not thinking it through well enough.
It's just very strange. And then, even Melo, looked at him like, what?
But putting him on Knick games is painful.
He's every game. It's always him.
He does a lot.
Now, Jamal Crawford, who's phenomenal. He has. It's almost like he balances Reggie in the and then Tarico's phenomenal. He's really good.
Yeah. No, he's good at NBA. I didn't know if I'd like him. I like him.
He's really good. Really good. Yeah. By the way, saw him. We did a crossover one of the NBC games. I think it was MLK.
You told me.
And
Don was
very.
Alan told me this whole story.
Very complimentary.
Yeah. No, look, Don. He set up this whole story about him running into Tarico.
Yeah.
And I was sure where the story was going was that Tarico loves the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that Tarico loves Alan. That's where it all landed.
I was expecting.
He just went. He went. Wow. He loves the Knicks broadcast.
I was expecting.
I was waiting for.
Yeah, Dom Hahn.
A little Dom.
Well,
a little Dom Hahn and Rosenberg.
It's perfectly okay, but it is kind of self-serving.
Yeah. No. The story you think it's where it's going is
because you think
you're
bringing it up on the show.
It's for the show.
So I got to keep that to myself.
No.
Have a nice moment, can't share it.
It was just the setup.
Not allowed.
No, it was the setup.
Don goes to all these different Canadian outlets, and somebody's walking up to him telling him how great he is. We all love that. They don't know that there's a show.
Do I tell that story?
I don't know if you would tell.
You've shared it. You've shared it.
No, maybe off the air, I'll say, hey,
I didn't share it until Peter brought it up.
Well, that is true.
I
wasn't here, so I don't know.
No, this is the second time you brought it up.
Not on the air.
Yeah, the first time was on the air.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
I don't remember it being on the air. I thought it was off the air.
Well, and now you're making me doubt it, but I'm pretty sure it was on the air.
Think it was.
Anthony? They don't listen to the show. He doesn't.
He's not listening.
He's getting ready for Gross.
He's got things to do, for God's sake.
Get Gross's show right.
I don't have to do Gross's show today.
I know, but you still
Anthony
doesn't want to listen.
Anthony has to do like the Clark Griswold, hold the plugs together so the station stays on the air.
No, every day when the show happens to go on the air, you know what it is? He's Doc Brown at the end of
That's
Back to
what
the
I was
Future,
thinking.
sliding down to
that
connect.
One better.
That's last
better.
moment. And the show and that way the station stays on the air.
That's way better.
Comparatively, over the last 2 weeks, we've had a great day today.
No.
Well,
this has been fantastic.
No, but
All right, so what else?
I'm happy Tarico loves Alan's work. But I do get a lot of people at The Rock who say they really enjoy the show.
And I get that at the Garden. That our show, they love listening to our show. There's even some new listeners lately that have, come back or come over and really appreciate the way we do it. So that's great.
Did you guys see the beautiful photo dump I put up for Michael's birthday?
No.
You put a photo dump up?
Oh, yeah. Gave him a full. It's a big birthday.
Would that be on X?
It's on Instagram.
I don't do that.
You still can't get in, huh?
I'm not even trying.
You gave up.
I think we figured out that he signed in once on a computer that he never brings here, and in order to get it back, it has to go back to that computer.
Never heard of that being a thing, but
It's not worth my effort.
Peter, I've tried.
There's been 2 today. The first one is I don't know these people. The second one is I don't do that. Like they're subtle.
I don't. But
there's ads. They're really good.
I'm looking to get out of the social media business altogether.
Oh, yeah, same.
I'm just looking for just one last excuse. So you think I'm just going to go make the effort to get back on Instagram? I'm good. What am I missing out on?
Nothing.
I don't think you're missing that much, but on a day like today, I put up a beautiful message. You'd like to hear it?
He needs you to hit a like.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
You want to hear the heartfelt tribute?
See, I didn't do anything, so I'm going to feel bad.
Yeah.
I just text them because I don't have to go public with my emotions.
I texted him first. I did. Come on, it's Michael. I want to do. I want to
Make a
do the
big
most
deal.
to make him feel.
Make
good.
a fuss.
Happy birthday to Kster61. We can fight like siblings, and I truly love the man like an older brother.
You are a gutless puke.
So grateful Tim McCarthy and Justin Craig brought you and Don into my life. I hope you enjoy a wonderful day and a bland meal like you dream about, my friend. Heart emoji.
Brought aboard, forced down our throat. Either one works.
Sorry?
And
brought aboard.
Either way.
But
forced.
No, that was
I
nice.
took out the happy organ.
You know, I'm getting phone calls from people that I know, like in California. So is this feud between Peter and Michael real?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Sure.
There's my question. Will any of these yo-yos pick up this? Like, will they actually look online and see, wow, Rosenberg left a whole paragraph and 20 photos of Michael at his family functions and Peter at Michael's house?
Rosenberg trying to repair broken relationship with Kay.
Okay.
With birthday Instagram post. Watch.
See, that's good.
That's what that'll be.
So one of you guys should post it. Should post it on Twitter and say
share
Rosenberg desperately trying to fix relationship.
Like this is getting sad.
And then this relationship's unfixable.
This is getting sad.
That's you know what? Good idea by you.
Send a text and I'll do whatever I got.
Let's hear from our friend Damien Woody, who was on Unsportsmanlike, having a little chat about Sam Darnold. And will more teams be patient with young quarterbacks as a result of what's happened here?
These owners are making so much money that they can discard of coaching staffs. And we all know when it comes to these quarterbacks, it's about infrastructure. You know, Sam Darnold didn't arrive to where he's at just out of happenstance. There was a process. Started in San Francisco when he got to San Francisco. Then he has the year that he had in Minnesota. And then he moves on to Seattle where, again, you had Clint Kubiak. You had a really good coaching staff and a really good team. And so all these things, all these steps led to where Sam Darnold is right now. But I think overall, Sam Darnold's story is not going to change what we're seeing in the National Football League as far as patience or impatience by these organizations.
Do you think that with Kubiak leaving, does that have an impact on Sam next season? Because it does seem like connecting him with good offensive coaches has unlocked him more than in other places where he has not been around.
But
good
at
coaching.
what point, Alan? Because once it's unlocked, it's unlocked, and now it's just on him to take all this knowledge
it's
and
still
apply
system,
it to the
isn't
field.
it, Don?
No, I get that, but I'm sure he benefited from his time in some way with Rule in Carolina and a little bit of time in San Francisco and then Minnesota.
Well, San Francisco is, I think, where he got right.
Yeah,
right with Shanahan.
Yes, but I just think that he takes all this knowledge and now he's a big boy. Now go out and play.
All right.
Right? But you're right about the system. We'll see how much they're going to have to adjust to that next year. And as much as I love killing the Jets, and the Jets look awful by having the quarterback and then letting him go, they had to make a decision on a fifth-year option. And even if you were the biggest Sam Darnold fan, in which I was, and I think Peter was as well, did I think he was on his way to possibly winning a Super Bowl? No. I thought, he'll find himself, be a good quarterback somewhere. And then we saw what happened in Minnesota. But the Sam Darnold, he'll get you there, but I don't think he's going to be good enough.
Right.
And now he might be good enough. I mean, he's a favorite. Yep. What is the line still 3.5? He's a favorite to win a Super Bowl. 4.5. So even if he doesn't win the game, he went to a Super Bowl. Right? So I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. Now up to 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. Yeah.
Now let's go back to the NBA for a moment.
Why not?
We've spoke earlier about the Giannis some. Been focusing more on other Knicks things, but obviously the Giannis still a topic of conversation. Doc Rivers on the NBA on ESPN on the Giannis trade reports.
No, I don't have one right now other than Giannis has said everything that we need to hear, that he wants to be a Buck, he loves the city. And that's all I can go by as a coach right now. Has it been difficult? Yeah. Your players every day have to hear stuff every single day about not just their best player, but they're thrown in the mix as well. My favorite day of the year this year will be the day after the trade deadline. That'll be my favorite day. Because I think everyone will be here and we can get to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that.
This is all Giannis. Well, but again, this is all started by Giannis, who doesn't want to be the reason, but yet he is the reason. It's as simple as that. And him continuing to tell everybody there with the Bucks that he just wants to be there is why the Bucks began the process of the trade deadline, trying to make trades to improve their roster. And as they did, teams around the league were like, no. There's nothing you have that we want that we're going to give you better players for. So now they've turned their attention another way, which is to see what offer they can get for Giannis now that maybe a team would panic and give them some ridiculous overpay. And if not, as I said, I still believe this is an off-season thing.
Lastly, guys, Jason Kidd going off on how he's using Cooper Flag with the Mavs.
Coach, you get a lot of national criticism for playing Flag at point guard. Over the last 2 games, it's been all
Criticism, that's your opinion. You guys write that bull. That's not, I've done this. I've played this game. I played it at a very high level. I know what the I'm doing. But I don't give a what you guys write. Because you guys have never played the game.
That's not the answer.
So I build players. So I know what the I'm doing.
Okay.
So to take criticism, it only makes me better. Because if I wasn't doing it right, you guys wouldn't be poking holes at what I've done.
I don't get that last part. I understand
which last part?
Because if I didn't know what I was doing, you guys wouldn't be poking holes in it. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
I think he was trying to like just one last statement, and it just didn't come out right. But he was fined $35,000.
Well, that was the $35,000 was for stuff he said about the referees,
and
that was included in it.
Profane language in the media.
It's listen. Flag has been unbelievable.
Yeah, yes.
They have not, obviously Houston's not. Dallas isn't having a great season, but they're also down a lot of their weapons. Obviously, no Anthony Davis, etc.
Yeah.
So Flag is hands down rookie of the year. It's weird.
I wouldn't say hands down.
You wouldn't?
No, Concanipple with Charlotte.
He's pretty good.
Really good.
I know, but fine, hands down. How about heavy favorite? He's minus 500 to win at this point.
He's a favorite, yes, for sure. But that kid, Knupples, and they were teammates, roommates, the whole thing. They put on a show, by the way. They went head to head last week. Oof. So but yes,
it's going well though. It's going well.
But I get what Kid's saying.
I just hate when they pull out the "I played the game." Just say I. And also,
I played it. You didn't. I know what I'm doing.
I hate the "I played the game."
But I think he's
you didn't.
tired of the criticism.
I also hate. This doesn't bother me when you're clearly acting like it bothers. There's a way to act like it's not bothering you, and it's not that.
Listen,
you have every right to be bothered by it. By the way, I don't have a problem with being bothered.
Kid had an opportunity. Could have come to New York. Wanted to stay in Dallas.
He sure did. Well, listen. The upside is he's going to play with a kid who I think will one day win MVPs. This is a really good player. Yeah. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Terrific. 1-800-919-3776. We do have some Roger Goodell speaking now. We'll hope to get it to you before 7 o'clock. If not, of course, Dan Grasso will have it then. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg hanging out with you till 7. Then it's Grasso on ESPN New York.
This is the Dan Grasso Show.
That could be the thought process here behind the defensive coordinator thing. Aaron Glenn did this job once upon a time. I realized this is probably my last shot because I can't survive another 3-win season. Hell, I might not even survive a 5-win season. So if I'm going down doing it my way to the best of my ability, which means I'm a defensive guy. I'm going to call the defense.
The Dan Grasso Show. Weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Last call for football. FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on passing yards, over, under, and alternate passing yards. Drake May against the Seahawks defense. How many yards do you think he's going to throw for? Think Sam Darnold will continue to impress? All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Oh, this is the song that Jalen loves from Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
Right? No, the
Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco. It's nice.
Pretty
I'm
good.
glad she likes it.
Yeah.
I don't know what year it's from, but I think it's fairly recent compared to my musical taste.
Yes.
But she likes it.
Panic has definitely tried to keep the rock genre going.
Cool.
So ESPN.com, getting ready for the Super Bowl, has a Super Bowl quiz.
Oh, all right.
And each team has like quiz about like how much you know about your team when they won their Super Bowl.
Okay.
Their last Super Bowl. So do you want to play a little one real quick?
Yeah, that could be fun.
All right, there's 10 of them, real fast. Let's see how good Don is at his favorite team.
Oh, boy.
So let's see. Here's the first one. Which quarterback started the most games for the 2011 New York Giants?
Which Giant? Eli Manning.
You're going Manning.
Yeah, I think that's the same way to go.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
I think he started all of them.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Well,
one for one. I'm with you
This is
so far.
ESPN.com.
A little
Let's
less
see how difficult
nervous
this
now.
is.
All right, good.
Which player scored in the Super Bowl for the Giants?
Which player?
Which player scored in the Super Bowl? I'll give you 4.
Oh,
Hakeem Nicks, Mario Manningham, Victor Cruz, Brandon Jacobs.
very easy.
But
Victor
you said
Cruz.
their last Super
2011.
Okay.
Oh, wait. 11.
Well, but I'm saying, but
That's right.
It's
Yeah, it's correct.
scored the last. Wait,
Just said score.
Scored.
Okay.
Scored in the Super Bowl.
okay, because they had Bradshaw scored 2. I mean, but okay, all right, yeah, of course, that's very easy.
Cruz.
Yep.
Cruz.
Which player was a rookie for the 2011 New York Giants? JPP, Aaron Ross, Prince Amukamara, or Will Beatty?
Well, I don't think it was Prince.
No?
No,
They
Don't
threw
think it
him
was
in a hot tub.
Prince.
What were they again?
And the first
Cold tub, actually.
and the first one was
Jason Pierre-Paul,
No.
Aaron
no,
Ross,
He had,
Amukamara, Will Beatty.
See, I was thinking it was Prince.
I think it's Prince.
I think it's Prince.
I don't know. I don't have the answer. I have to
Well,
click
'cause
it.
I remember Prince
I have to
being-
click the choice to
I
find out
thought
if it's
Prince
right or wrong.
had been there.
No, because I remember I got to know Prince a little bit
Okay.
around the time I was on this show.
Okay.
And so he was pretty new. I lean Prince, but I don't know about.
But then I would say Ross, but I'll bet.
Oh, then you should no. But it's your team. You
Gotta
should
pick one, please.
I'll say I'm going to pick Ross.
Ross. No.
It was Prince. All right.
Yeah.
So far, I know
Remember,
your team
that's
better
the story
than you.
they threw him in the cold tub in training camp.
I forgot about that, but yes, now I remember.
Okay. Which defender was named to the Pro Bowl? This is the 2011 Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Sehorn, JPP, Chris Canty, Justin Tuck.
Well, Justin Tuck was the best of the players, so I would think Justin Tuck went to the Pro Bowl. It couldn't have been who was the first one?
Sehorn.
Jason Sehorn.
I'm going to rule out
We're going to take Sehorn.
I'm going to stay with Tuck also.
Tuck.
Yeah.
I like Tuck.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Oh, JPP.
But that's cement. I mean, who cares about the Pro Bowl?
All right.
But,
Well.
but I was wrong.
Well, and Tuck and JPP were both, the guys.
Okay. With more defense. Which defensive player led the 2011 Giants in interceptions?
Oh.
We have Antrell Roll, Matthias Kiwanuka.
Matthias Kiwanuka.
Is it Matthias?
Yeah.
Huh. Matthias Matthias. Let's call the whole thing off. Aaron Ross.
I think
or
it was
Corey
Matthias.
Webster.
Aaron Ross or Corey Webster.
Yeah, those are the other two. So Roll, Kiwanuka, Ross, Webster.
I got to tell you.
This is leading the team in interceptions.
I would be Ross.
I think it's Webster.
You think Webster that
You
year?
think it was Webster?
I think he had the game-stealing picks on a couple of those.
Final answer?
No, Don. Well, Don.
Don't go by me.
Don went Ross.
Don went Ross?
He loves Ross for the second time.
Show me Webster.
Well, wait.
Hold on.
It's about the last Super Bowl, right?
The
Yes.
2011 season.
But the season. It was Webster.
Are we keeping score, by the way?
I hope not.
He's gotten 2 wrong.
2 wrong? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we are. We're at number 6. Well, this should be easy. Who was the kicker for the 2011 Giants?
Well, that would be
You have
what's
Your
his
choices,
name?
don't worry.
Lawrence Tynes,
Lawrence Tynes,
Steve Weatherford, Zach Diossi, or Pat Summerall.
No, they didn't include Summerall, did they?
They did.
They did. Oh,
I'm going to go Lawrence Tynes also.
Yeah, Tynes, yes. All right, which member of the team in 2011 played 10 or more seasons in the NFL?
Oh, okay.
Brandon Stokely, O.C. Umenyiora, Chris Snee, David Bass.
Oh, boy. What's the first name?
Seasons.
10
So
seasons.
I'll take Bass
on that team.
out. So
I think I know this one.
I think OC's out.
Because Stokely had been around a while.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Ant.
What was the first name?
The first one was Stokely, Brandon Stokely.
Okay. Second name?
Umenyiora.
Yeah.
Then Chris Snee.
Yeah.
And David Bass.
Snee. When did Snee?
I think I lean Snee.
Yeah, Snee had been there a while. It'd be between him and OC. So I'll go Snee.
Stokely.
Your gut. That was your.
We all thought it was.
Yeah,
Snake.
that was my gut, but I thought they were gonna because he had been in the league.
I know
in
OC came up
for a
just
while.
short of that. I think OC played 8 or 9 years.
Okay. Well, this is weird. I don't like this question.
No?
This is dumb. This is the 8th one. Who scored a touchdown for the 2011 Giants?
Okay.
Michael Clayton, Travis Beckham, Darrell Scott, or Danny Ware?
This has now gone beyond
This is
my.
now like
it's gone
ancillary
beyond my.
players.
Yeah, we've gone beyond.
Which of this group?
I don't know.
The second one.
You going with Beckham?
Sure.
That Beckham?
I don't remember another Beckham scoring a touchdown. He was right.
Anthony got it.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at you.
I don't even remember Travis
Look
Beckham.
at you. All right, we have 2 more here, and then we're done. Which member? Oh, this is pretty good. Which member of the 2011 Giants went to college at Tennessee?
It's Tittle.
Dave already has it. He doesn't even know the names.
Yeah, he already knows.
Brandon Jacobs, Justin Tuck, Victor Cruz, Deion Grant.
Not Cruz.
Well, definitely not Cruz.
Tuck.
Not Tuck.
What was it?
Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs.
I think
Deion
it's Grant because I don't know where Jacobs went to college.
I think it's Grant too.
Let's try Grant. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Who's buried in Grant's tomb?
That's right.
Last one. Let's
Thank
see.
God.
This is really good, huh?
I think I'd do better on their first Super Bowl.
Yeah, you would. Of course you would.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's another one. Who carried the ball on the 2011 New York Giants' longest play from scrimmage in the Super Bowl? I love these names. Henry Hynoski, Bear Pasco, Mario Manningham, Ahmad Bradshaw.
Carried the ball.
Carried
The
ball.
Rhinoceros.
The Rhinoceros.
He's a fullback.
These are some names, right?
Well, the thing is, if it's a trick question, they're begging you to say Bradshaw, but it's not Bradshaw,
Yeah, it's not
right?
Bradshaw.
But it may not be a trick question.
And it
Maybe
wouldn't be
it's-
Manningham.
The longest play
Maybe it was, though.
from
Well, but
scrimmage.
carry the ball, so he has to catch the ball and then take off, and his big catch was at the sideline.
No, but maybe they ran a
I don't
a
remember
little
that.
end around handoff to Manningham.
Hynoski sounds like because it probably wasn't for a ton, and Pascal. So it's
Maybe
probably
they didn't
between
have a
those
big run in that
two.
game.
That's right. It's very possible they didn't have a big run.
Because then it could be.
I'll say Hynoski.
Yeah, I agree.
Manningham.
End around. All right. Well,
Isn't that amazing?
I honestly don't remember anything but his catch on the sideline.
Well, it was probably a 10-yard run.
Yeah, but I don't know
But,
how long was how long.
Well, I do remember. I feel
5
like
out of 10.
Yeah, not good.
Boom, boom,
If there was one for Super Bowl 21, I don't know whatever it is. Just
By the way, it also has a little message for you, Don.
what's that?
Not bad, but it might be time to study up. Flashcards can be helpful.
Don't worry, he still got the game on his DVR. Done.
Yeah, so I'll just have to watch.
So
it.
they have all the teams that have won a Super Bowl.
I got to play the Commanders one, the Redskins one.
Well, we have all week.
Exactly. And it's
have all
Super
the
Bowl
week.
week, for God's sake.
Now, we could do this.
Joe in Chappaqua makes a great point. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Joe?
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call.
Hi, buddy.
Always.
So you were playing clips of John Harbaugh earlier, and I don't know what it is, but whenever I hear him talking, I just hear Joe Biden.
Yeah, we know.
We've brought that up.
You haven't heard us say that?
It is. You never heard us say that?
We
We
need
said
to do
it
a
when you got
side-by-side.
hired. It's incredible.
Can we do a
Oh, my
side-by-side?
God.
Audio side-by-side.
It's unbelievable.
It is as close a doppelganger voice-wise that I've ever heard, and I'm glad that you agree. I don't know if we'd be able to do a side-by-side because you'd have to find some like real generic sentence because I'm sure the topic matter will give it away.
No. It's just a matter of hearing them.
The tone. How
Yeah,
similar.
there's got to be some generality that they both have said. You know,
Do we have them both saying, I'm not kidding around?
like, and that's how you win. Yeah, I'm not kidding
Or
around.
come on, people.
Like, but you can find something where it's very generic, and just to see.
Yeah,
if you
But
can
it's
just
very
decide who
similar
said it.
style, man.
Yeah.
Now, Roger Goodell did his State of the NFL address today from Santa Clara, San Francisco, whichever you prefer.
Bay Area.
We'll hear that and maybe take some more calls before we get to Dan Gross at 7 here on ESPN New York.
22nd ranked St. John's looks to remain perfect on the road when they visit DePaul. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player in the big game to score the first touchdown, but his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the big game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line with BetMGM's Second Chance. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Bouqs company every time. Bouqs delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouqs flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouqs makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouqs has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouqs.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouqs, promo code CANTY.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday night at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
All right, this is the turnstile that a caller brought up earlier in the show. It's supposed to be a heavy metal band that won a Grammy last night. Not feeling this.
Are you sure?
Give it a second.
Well, I'm just not feeling it from a metal standpoint. Let's see if it kicks in here. No. It's taking too long. Maybe it's the greatest song ever. But we got to get to it. Let's see. Give it another second.
It's probably a bad sign that I'm liking it so far.
I mean, no, I don't think it's bad, but like
this could be hip hop. This could be anything so far.
When does the bass drop?
Hard rock, metal. When's it gonna kick in?
So I've heard this song a ton of times, like video games, commercials. It's pretty popular. So,
but does it ever hit? Like, does it ever turn into metal?
Where's the metal part?
It's not metal, but it's gonna drop soon. Hold on.
Well, if that's on its way to dropping,
it doesn't
dropping the ball. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Turn it up a little bit. Okay. Anything done? Any movement?
Very Nirvana sounding.
Note to producer. Let's get to this. Now it's not metal,
no,
but it's hard rock. It's not bad, but that's the beginning.
Like pop. Yeah. That's like pop. It's pop hard rock.
And now, what song was that, Jacob?
That was Never Enough by Turnstile. They also have Birds, which is a good song. That one, I want to say that one best new song from.
All right, well, listen. What are you gonna do? All right, Roger Goodell spoke today from Santa Clara, his State of the League address that usually always came later in the week, but they did it on Monday. And, of course, the one thing everyone wants to know is about the Tisch situation. Could Steve Tisch be disciplined under personal conduct policy?
Hi, Roger. Last week, release of some of Jeffrey Epstein's emails indicated repeated exchanges with Giants co-owner Steve Tisch. To what extent will the NFL look further into those exchanges, and could Steve Tisch be subject to discipline under the personal conduct policy?
Well, you may be getting ahead of yourself on the second part, but I would say that absolutely, we are going to look at all the facts. We're going to look at the context of those. We're going to try to understand that, and we'll look at how that falls under the policy. But I think we take one step at a time. Let's get the facts first.
I know that sounds like a lame avoiding the question. What else is he supposed to say?
He has to say
this.
That.
Just came down on Friday. It's Monday. There's a due process. There's an investigation.
Well, legally, it's what he has to say.
Right. I mean, but he did say that, it could fall under this, but, we got a long way to go before we get to that point.
Yeah.
On the officiating in the NFL.
I truly believe that technology can help our officials. They do a great job, but it's an incredibly fast game. The technology that you all bring with super slow-mo, you now have 3 times the number of cameras that we had several years ago. They can move the angle. We need to be able to use that to help our officials get it right. They want to get it right. They're incredibly dedicated professionals, but we need to give them that tool. And I think AI is going to be a real opportunity there. We're talking with our partners and talking with others about how we implement that to help our officials.
I'm all for it. I don't know how you guys feel.
Well, I just want to get it right.
Whatever TV has, the officials should have at their disposal, and you should be able to use it to make the right call. AI, though, how do you use that?
Well, I guess you could probably use it, to enhance the first down.
Create a model of
thing. Yeah, I
what
guess.
it would look like.
But, yeah, whatever technology is at your disposal. It sounds silly now, but it's obviously being used. And if it's accurate and isn't going to be compromised, I'd be all for it. And finally, is 18 games guaranteed before the end of the CBA?
We have not had any formal discussions about it, and frankly, very little of any informal conversations. I've heard people talk about it in the context. It is not a given that we'll do that. It is not something that we assume will happen. It is something that we want to talk about with the union leadership. As you know, they're going through a transition, but the challenges will be different here a little bit, and it'll depend on a lot of factors, including safety of the game. What other changes can we make to the game that are going to continue to improve that from a safety standpoint, but also a competitive standpoint? Should we have 2 buys? What are the roster sizes? There are a number of issues that need to be discussed with the players, and that I'm sure will be a focus, or at least a component of the next CBA, at least in the discussion phase. But there are a lot of things that I think are going to be on the table.
Well, the 2-buy thing, Don, I think, would you get to a point that if the season is that long, could the league afford to have like a all-star break type of break?
No, they
middle
would never
of the season
do that because you don't want to have no football.
But you don't have no football
in the middle of a season.
But you don't have no football. The All-Star break.
No, because nobody wants to play in a Pro Bowl. It's a joke. It'd be silly. It's no football.
Can they do something?
Two buys feels
no, but
that's a lot.
You do 2 buys, but you do it like you do now, where there's always football, just not everybody plays. But your team gets 2 weeks off.
But the logistics of that make it that much more difficult, don't you think? 2 buys?
Yeah, I don't know how
really
they
hard to do.
Well, they've got to try to figure out a way.
You got to add another week, not just 1 week.
And they're all for that. But
guess what? That's what AI is for. They'll figure it out.
The thing is do they want to go from Labor Day to President's Day? If they decided to play on Labor Day, which they tried to avoid because apparently the ratings were down because everybody's going to the beach last summer of the weekend, but apparently what was going on? They had week 0 in college football, and apparently the ratings were through the roof. So if they revisit it and figure they can make it happen, football's been so dominant with the ratings now, and go Labor Day to President's Day, where people are off the day after the Super Bowl, and you get those 18 weeks. Listen, I don't want to speak for Roger Goodell, but I will. They're going to 18 because 17 makes no sense.
Right.
So they're not going back to 16. They're eventually going to go to 18. But they've got to cosmetically make it look like they care about the players' well-being.
Correct.
So they're going to add
player safety.
They're going to add the 2 buys. The reason I believe this is a huge mistake is because they're going to take away the preseason. We already see the first month looking ridiculous because training camp is now patty cake, and with 3 preseason games and nobody playing, these guys aren't ready to play.
Don't you think it also cheapens September even more? Because we all
without
know.
Question.
Remember, it used to be 0-3 was the death knell. No longer.
No, but you are going to create an atmosphere where load management is going to become a thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Team's got a 4-game lead in the division. It's late in the season. You know what? I'm not going to play Mahomes. I'm not going to play.
That is a good point
because it's late in the season and all that. And why would you want to have a game? Really, it's one thing to have an NBA game on a Tuesday when the Knicks are playing whoever, but to have an NFL game in which starters aren't playing and has a preseason feel in November
Thursday
or December
night, on a Thursday,
that's going to look bad
too because it's a short week. I'm sitting my guys.
Right.
I don't care. This game means nothing.
That's why you have to have the second bye so that you avoid doing that.
But you got to understand the logistics of a second bye. It doesn't lengthen your season by 1 week. It lengthens your season by several weeks.
They used to have 2 buys back in the day. Back in the early 90s,
but
they
it was
had
less
2
teams.
buys.
It was less complicated.
Too many teams now.
But Don makes the ultimate point. This really isn't about player safety. It's obviously about money.
Of course.
And we're going to get worse football.
Yep.
I agree.
And to your point, you go 0-5, now your season's not over. Well, that may be true. There's some upside there. But on the back end, your good teams are going to rest players. You're going to get bad games. You pay money for tickets and don't see players play.
Yep.
And it's still more dangerous for all of them.
But keeping it at 17 seems silly to have an odd number of games.
It does. So how about go back to 16?
They won't go back to 16.
Never.
It's going to come to the expense of a preseason game, and then you got to get down to 2. And
there is no preseason.
Ridiculous.
Good to see all you guys.
Yeah, good to see you.
I enjoyed this.
Dan Grassa next, ESPN New York.
Last call for football. FanDuel is giving